just saying your old fella gave the impression of coming the flyboy a bit.
Listen, he's had his card marked, so stop moaning, all right?
Look, as I see it, we've got a pedigree antique there.
Yeah, the real thing, eh? Corn in Egypt. What did you reckon, bottom line? 400 quid? Yeah. I reckon we should start off by asking 650.
Oh, yeah, we could try. I mean, there's no dispute we've got a gem here. And once it's restored and in mint condition, should fetch $1,000, I shouldn't wonder.
You know something? This is more our line. Wheeling and dealing. Beats shifting hardcore any time.
Well, yeah, we'll make a bob or two out of it, but really, it's Mrs. Ogden's bonanza.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, she's had 40 quid on account right now. Say we flog this for 400. I reckon she's due another 300, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but I think we should do the business before we start talking figures, you know what I mean?
Hang on, Terry, hang on. I mean, have you told Hilda? I mean, have you given her the gem? Does she know she's been left something really valuable?
Listen, she'll find out when she's got the brass in her hand, all right?
Well, I think she should know now.
OK, you suit yourself. I mean, if you think you might crack. Now, if you don't mind and the inquest's over, I'm going to get this show on the road, all right?
Who are you ringing?
Reg Dawson.
Oh, come on, use your head. 400 plus? He'd have to pawn his cavalry twills. We need someone a bit more upmarket.
Like who?
Well, I don't know. Give me the yellow pages. We'll find someone.
Morning, Ivy. Morning, love. Hey, Ivy!
What's the wrong? I'm sorry, love, I were miles away. Vera, did you ever know Ethel Latimer, Bert's sister?
Can't say the date now.
Well, her and her husband begged off to Australia about 16 years since, and I've never heard a word from them. This morning I've got a letter.
Oh, coming home, have they?
No, love, they're not, but they're laddies. Our little Ian. Seems as in London he might be coming for a visit.
What, a bit of a neck on his own?
Oh, he's grown up now, love. I mean, he must be all of 30. Heaven knows what he's turned out like, because he right mardy little pants as a kiddie.
Oh.
Sue, are you up, love? It's getting 9-ish. Sue?
I suppose she's waiting till I've gone. In fact, I imagine you'd all prefer me to leave.
Don't talk silly, Ken.
To be honest, I've been giving it some serious thought.
Oh, thanks for the information. I had noticed about the thought bit. These last few days, you've hardly had a word for the cat.
Well, I reckon I could swing a few days, get away for a bit, get out from under your feet. Well, you're all so busy with the wedding.
There's no need for that.
Oh, but there is. The way I feel, come the day, come the wedding... Oh, God, it's no good, Deirdre. Honestly, all I've got inside is anger. I mean, I wish to God I could dredge up something else. I don't care however pallid, however sentimental, however face-saving.
Peter had it right, really, didn't
What?
he?
When he said it was politics?
When he said it was pride, Ken.
Well, of course that's part of it. A type like Baldwin tries it on with your wife. Knocks her off, I think, is the expression.
You didn't tell Peter?
No, of course I didn't. But without that crucial fact, he simply thinks that I'm a complete idiot. It suits Susan and suits Baldwin.
And maybe it suits you. Because I think there's something inside you, Ken, something that wants to stand alone, be superior, cold, aloof.
You're not trying to say I'm enjoying this. There's no way I can conceive of going into that church. So, rather than hang around putting a blight on the proceedings...
You've no need to run away, Ken. Sue saved you the trouble.
Pardon?
She's not in her room. All her gear's packed. She's left this. Seemingly, she couldn't stand another of your stony silences. So she's packed her gear and done a moonlight.
Where?
Where do you think, Ken?
Oh, hello, Curly.
You busy today, Mrs. O?
Well, I've nearly done, thanks. I'm just popping round to Mrs. Lowther's for an hour. We're going to be doing the dining room.
Could be your lucky day, you know.
Oh, yeah, my bureau.
I've just been on the blower to one of our contacts, and they're coming down. Frances Wheeler, she runs that posh antique shop in the arcade, the Brass Farthing. Do you know the one?
Oh, I do, yeah, it's very pricey. Mind you, I've seen stuff in there I'd think was only fit for chucking out.
Well, I've given a full description and we established the history.
And they've bitten them.
I'll say they're dead keen. They're coming down and we're starting the bidding at 400.
Well, I'll go to see. Oh, I never thought it was as valuable as all that.
Oh, I have done the research.
Just fancy. Been in Ada Hammersmith's back parlour all them years. I can't believe it.
Well, I reckon we'll get 400 quid for it at least.
So, what will that mean? I mean, given that I've had 40 quid on account.
Well, minus our percentage as middlemen, I reckon you've got 300 quid coming.
So I can treat myself then.
Royally, Mrs. O, royally. I see it.
Hello, ladies. What can I get for you?
Oh, a couple of millionaire playboys. Oi, oi, she comes in the shop. How do you fancy a bite to eat and a quiet nap?
Well, the nearest we've got is Mike Baldwin, but I'm afraid somebody's already nipped in and pulled him.
I say, Anne, would you mind ordering these? I just want a quiet word with Sue.
Of course. Yes. I really need pineapple juice. Yes. Two.
Listen, I don't want to make a pest of myself or anything.
No, not at all. Take a few.
No, thanks very much. I'm with Emily.
You got my note then?
Yes, we did. Can't say I was surprised.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to sneak out like that. It's just that I couldn't stand another day of Dad's icy disapproval.
Yeah, I can appreciate that, but I still think you've done it wrong. As a matter of fact, I think you've made a right muck of things.
Hang on a minute. You've changed sides, haven't you?
Come off it, Mike. Since when has it been a war? It's a mess. A daft, stupid, emotional mess, and I'm just trying to pick my way through the swamp.
Yeah, well, I knew things were getting difficult for you. That's why I cleared out.
I just wish you could have found it in yourself to hand about till the wedding. I'm sure Ken would have changed his mind.
Sick to death of nursing his ego. And I should have thought of you.
Yes, could I have a port and lemon gloria, please? Oh, and cabbage juice.
Okay, love it.
No, so I mentioned it to Mrs. Lowther, you see. Just slipped it in, like. You have to be a bit careful how you fetch topics up, because she can be a bit sharp, sallow. But this time I could see she was impressed. Oh, the brass farthing, she says. I often have a pot around there. They don't sell rubbish. So say what you like about Curly Watts. He knows his onions.
I thought stars were his subject.
Oh, I'm not talking lateral. That's just a figure of speech. No, you must admit Curly's clever.
Oh, yeah, next brain to Britain, I reckon.
I don't know about Britain. Isle of Wight, maybe.
Go on. Any road. He reckons I've got brass coming, so it's my shout.
Thanks.
Right? Oh, yes. I'll have you know I've come into an historical heirloom, an Oakroyd Regency Bureau. It's been valued, so when I get what I'm owed, there'll be a few round here wishing there was a penny behind me.
Rich? Are you kidding? Let me get rich in this flaming country. When you're paying out every time you turn round. What do you think I mean on the scavenge?
Listen, I'll tell you what, you can have 12 for 30, but cash on the nose, all right?
Hang on, you're giving them away.
Who's he, the straight man?
Honest, mate, they're brand new. They cost you £5.
Oh, get off, will you, Curly? They never cost that much. Anyhow, I'm going to be losing out on quantity.
Listen, that's too clever for us.
Well, I've got to cover them nail-holes, haven't I? If I was to do me lean-to with new sheets, I wouldn't need half as many. I'll take the lot off your hands for a score.
We broke our back shifting that lot.
Get off with you. All he did was load them up, and by moonlight, I bet. I mean, have they been missed yet?
Hey.
Excuse me.
20 quid.
I'm looking for Mr. Watts.
That's me.
Oh, good. Hello. I'm Frances Wheeler from the Brass Farthing. You rang me?
Yeah, sure. Would you like to step in the office?
Oh, thanks.
Hang on, let me see what's going on here. Just a minute. Oi! Okay. Never mind the crumpet. Are we doing business or not?
Look, yours taken, but you're going to have to shift them yourself.
Yes, interesting. You mentioned a figure.
Yeah, we thought somewhere between 400 and 700.
I see.
Yes, we've had this all checked, you know.
Always wise.
Handmade Regency repro, I concluded, dating from the 19th century.
Yes, if that was the case, your price wouldn't be far out.
Which figure?
Oh, the top figure, I'd say. Did I dream it, or did you mention a bill of sale?
We certainly did. It's all there. Date, maker.
Nobody could fake that.
Well, there are some. But if this isn't genuine, it's a brilliant forgery.
Well, if everything's satisfactory, then we're up to offers.
Yes, well, it's a pity there's no description included.
Yeah, but the maker's name's there, look. Oakroyd.
Yes, Isaiah Oakroyd. I do know the name. Unfortunately, he didn't make furniture. Certainly not for the drawing room.
Well, what did he make then?
Chamber pots, commodes.
You're bullying us. If that bill was meant for a commode, it'd have been found in a commode.
Oh, file your bills in the loo, do you then?
No, we're not trying to diddle you. We really did find it there.
I'm sure you did. Perfectly reasonable place for a bill to be found.
You see,
all lost over the years.
But the thing is, we've led the owner to believe it's of considerable value.
Yes, well, it's a nice piece in its way, but quite honestly, I don't think I could offer more than, well, I'll say £80 at the most.
80?
Knitting pattern. Ah, here it is. Right. Now, it's this tricky bit here around the neck.
Oh, yes. Well, it's a while since I've done this one. Look, I'll tell you what. Leave it with me, and I'll have a study and pop round tonight, if that's convenient.
Yeah, fine. To be honest, I could do with the company.
It must be an impossible situation at the moment. I just wish there was some way I could help.
I don't half pick 'em. Ray had no principles. Ken's got a suitcase full. And it all comes down to one thing. Pain and heartbreak. Oh, if only Sue could have stuck it for another fortnight, I'm sure Ken would have cracked. But now she's opened this distance. Suddenly, it all seems so final.
Deirdre, could I make a suggestion?
If it's prayers, I've tried 'em.
Susan could get married from my house. I know Ken can be very stubborn, but if it was all happening next door, the ice might break. Think about it.
All right,
Don't mark it,
all
you
right.
say.
The brass farthing. And what do we get, eh? A smooth-talking con artist in frilly knickers, Francis a talking mule.
What's been bugging me is the tales I've been telling Hilda.
Yeah, 300 quid, wasn't it? And what was that fancy talking bird's final offer? 100 and swining 10 quid.
You know, I want my backside kicking. It's what's called linear thinking. You want to find yourself a priceless antique, and ergo, you're halfway to fooling yourself.
And the rest of us, mate. So come on, genius, what's the next move?
Well, we'll have to ring the brass farthing, won't we, and accept their offer for 110.
And who is going to give Hilda the bad news?
Well, I suppose that's down to me.
And what, she don't believe you?
I'll get a receipt.
And what if, in a month's time, we're walking past the brass farthing and we see in the window our little gem priced at 600 knicker, eh?
All right, it's plan B. We ring Reginald Dawson.
Oh, come on, Curly. You know as well as I do that Reg Dawson couldn't date a genuine antique.
Exactly, that's me point. If that bill of sale fooled us, it could fool him. You get me drift?
I said it was your phone. Well, if it's Baldwin wanting something, he's made a right pestry off this afternoon. Hello? Speaking. Ian, do you know? Oh, Ian. Hey, it's Mardy Pants. He made that letter off this morning.
Oh.
Could I what? Oh, well, if that's position, just hang on. Vera, there's a pen on telly, love. Chuck it as will you? Right. He's in a call box. He wants me to ring him back.
Haters don't like cheek, is there?
Right, all right, love, I'm here. 01 261 4173. OK, and just hang on, I won't be a mo. Decided to ring me on an impulse with 2 10p's in his pocket. He knew I'd be writing back, but he's browned off being on his Todd in London, so he fancies todding up here for a few days.
Oh, I'd kick him into touch.
I don't know what to do.
Well, I'd tell him full board's very expensive.
Oh, I can't be that mean.
Look, have you thought it could be an imposter?
Oh, go on, reassure me, Vera.
It could be a dangerous lunatic. The real Ian could be in a wardrobe now, horribly murdered.
Oh, belt soap.
Magic could be worse. He could have a pet kangaroo.
Oh, get off, you daft devil.
Anyway, kid, there's one thing. If he's a dangerous lunatic, he'll fit in round here, won't he? See ya.
See you, love.
Sometimes I wonder whose side the ivy's on. I mean, look at this bonus scale. It's not realistic. They're cutting my throat. And what happens? I say, let's get our heads together, and I'm accused of, well, penny pinching. I'm told I'm putting a squeeze on.
Look, sit down, eat your meal, and just forget about work.
I'm sorry. It's just that there's been such a bind today, which is why it's so marvellous having you here. I mean, otherwise it's a, well, it's a one-sided conversation with a microwave, or I'm boring some complete stranger to death in a bar somewhere.
Look, this bonus thing, nothing to do with the cost of the wedding, is it?
Nah, do me a favour. Got that under the bed. No, it's simply a cost-cutting exercise. It's called grinding the faces of the poor. Anyway, how was your day?
Well, I didn't go to the recorder.
Oh, I can see that. By all the cooking you've been doing.
Just didn't seem worth it.
Well, I think you're very wise. I think you made a very wise move. I mean, Ota, you've got next week, haven't you? Then you got the honeymoon. Who knows, by then your dad may be having a few regrets. Could welcome you back with open arms.
I don't think so. Faced up to things this afternoon. I chopped the carrots, sliced the onions, and I did the sauce wrong and I had to do it again. And I faced up to the fact that I've lost my dad. Not that he was ever there much. Oh, there were the promises. He'd be there in the holidays. Or he'd come up for the weekend. There were some phone calls and some letters. Do you know, I've still got all his letters.
Look, if it's too much for you to bear...
Oh, I can bear it.
Well, come on then. Give us a smile, come on.
As you can see, Reg, we've cleaned up a fair bit, you know, freed the drawers and so on. That's when we noticed the dovetailing.
You have a shufty, Mr. Dawson. I think you'll agree that those dovetails were made by a machine.
You can see the pencil marks, where they marked out the wood.
Had any previous valuations?
Well, somebody did mention 100 odd quid, but we thought it might be worth a bit more than that, you know.
Oh, on the strength of those pencil marks. I didn't know they had pencils that far back. You live and learn, don't you? Oh, what's this? I thought you'd have the drawers out.
Oh, only the ones that were stuck. That seemed okay.
Well, it looks like a bill.
Dunno.
Wait, hang on. Look at that, 1889. Does that mean now?
Means naught to me.
Yeah, but you are going to make a bid, aren't you, Mr. Dawson? I mean, you're interested. I mean, should I set you off at, say, 150?
It's a bit high, lad. If you... Well, bring it down, we might be talking, say... 65?
65? It's reserved at 110.
Oh, well, if you found yourselves a mug.
You know something, Reg, I do admire you. You'd be brilliant at poker. I mean, as soon as you clocked that, you know you'd struck gold, didn't you? Hey? Never a blink, never a flicker.
Oh, give over, lad. I'm not green. Do you think you can't suss a plant out? A nice try, lads. I'll tell you what I am looking for, if you should happen to come across one. A Louis XIV mangle. See ya.
Flaming Nora, you really botched that up, didn't you? You're the worst liar I have ever met. You were hopeless. You could read you like reading a book.
Get knotted. It was those pencil lines.
It was you being gormless.
It wasn't me.
Oh, it's never you, is it?
No, it was the brilliant, but I suggest somewhat flawed genius that stuck the bill of sale to the back of the drawer.
What are you on about? That was a masterstroke, that.
Oh, yeah. It would have been. Fiendishly cunning. If only you hadn't used sellotape. Sellotape! It doesn't exactly smack of antiquity, does it? What are you doing? I want to throttle you.
I'm phoning that fancy wheeler bird, aren't I?
I ask you. Sellotape.
Hello. Hi. Sorry I'm late. The predictable happened. Susan didn't turn up, so I had to do all her stuff. Nothing spoiled her.
Nope, it's a casserole. I thought I'd wait for you.
Right. Well, I'll have 5 minutes, then take a shower, then we can eat. Where's Tracy?
Gone down the Red Wreck with her mates.
Oh, I thought for a second she might have cleared off in disgust.
I think she will, Ken, if she can't be a bridesmaid.
Well, that's your decision, isn't it?
Isn't that what they call passing the buck? Listen, Ken, Emily's had an idea.
Is she? Well?
Well, I suppose it's ridiculous, really, but she's suggested that Susan might get married from her house.
Oh. What a letdown. I was expecting something brilliant, like accusing Baldwin of bigamy.
That's cruel,
Look, I know Emily doesn't mean any harm. I can do without balmy suggestions like that.
Oh, yeah, you're bent on crucifixion, aren't you?
My daughter is marrying a man I despise. Now, what am I supposed to do, for heaven's sake? Turn up at the church and crack on I'm enjoying
Well,
it?
it's an option.
Not for me, it isn't.
Do you know something, Ken? I think you're glad Susan's cleared off. I think it's made it easy for you. If she'd been getting married or going to church from this house or even from
I
Emily's...
see. That's the plan, is it? Surround me with all the sentimentality and I'm bound to weaken. Now, I can see that Emily might not appreciate the subtle treachery and all that, but I hope you can.
Oh, yes, I can. Just try explaining it to Tracy.
Hey, excuse my nosiness, but you're getting into some very bad habits, you know. Straight in here from work.
Oh, well, been to my digs. There's no tea on. I think the landlady's done a bump.
Well, she was in the money, wasn't she? I bet she's booked herself on the first flight to Bermuda.
Yeah, well, it's not like Mrs. Miss Salmon out on the table.
No. Hey, Ivy. We were giving you.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. Do you know, I've not had a minute since that phone call.
Oh, well, I having a quick drink or I was shorting off to bingo.
Well, we better be getting off, aren't we? That's unless you fancy stopping, love.
Are you kidding? I'll have Harry back to it any minute from his day's fishing. Crying for his din-dins.
Listen, Vera, just in case you're interested, I've invited him.
Oh, that chap from down under?
Yeah, that's what took me so long, love. I had to get spare room cleaning out. He's coming first thing in the morning.
Aye, they're left. They don't waste any time, don't they? Look, I've warned you, the Mounties will be after him.
Mounties? That's Canada, that.
Well, they all wear big hats, don't they? Anyway, I feel lucky tonight.
You said that last time, and we never got near a line.
Close on a dark line, John, innit? You know, if I've got talent.
Come on, girl, are you ready? Oh, come
I wonder where she's been.
I am glad I found you. Do you know, I was sat there on the bus thinking Kevin will be right round off with me. Only I've been that busy, what we're flying round the shops, and then the travel agents, and then the bank.
My tail, is it, Hilda?
No, thanks, Betty. I only popped in to tell Kevin his dinner.
Okay. That's good of you.
Could I have a word, Mrs. Hill?
Oh, yes, certainly.
I'll carry on then, shall I?
All right.
Well, it's about the bureau.
Oh, excuse me, but if it's a matter of settling up, I prefer we did it in private.
Well, it's still in the pipeline. Hopefully we'll be settling up tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Only I've splashed out a bit, you see. Well, I saw this holiday. 8 days in Torquay, all found, coach fare included.
For £40?
Oh, well, no, it's 3 times that much. And I had to pay in full on booking.
But you managed it?
Oh, yes, well, I've got my savings, you see. And I've got a bank card. Very similar to Dr. Lowther's, actually. Mind you, it's not often I draw out what I drew out today. Still, we'll be back in credit, won't I? Once the bureau's sold and we've settled up. Ta-ra, love. Never had this on me back the whole of last summer. That's if you could call it a summer.
Ah, well, never have it off your back next week. In Torquay, they don't call it the English Riviera for nothing.
No, it'll be like going abroad without having to talk foreign.
Yeah, just think, eh? This time in a couple of weeks, you'll be lolling under palm trees, long cool drink in your mitts. Makes me wish you was going with you.
I wish you was. Never been away on my own before.
Yeah, little raver like you, don't only camp your style. Hey, supposing you meet some rich old bloke. Who's going to cook me breakfast if you don't come back?
If there are any rich old blokes there, they won't be wanting out to do with a poor old widow woman.
Oh, they would if they tasted your fried bread.
I wonder if I dare splash out on something new. Just for the evening.
Yeah, go on, treat yourself. You deserve it.
Well, it is a proper hotel, you know. I mean, they've got fully licensed cocktail bar and shaver points in every room. Oh, no. No, I'm being extravagant enough as it is. Still, I did have that nice little windfall, thanks to the lads.
I tell you, you go and treat yourself to a knockout bikini. I mean, when was the last time you had a proper holiday?
Oh, let's see. Must be when me and Stan went to Morecambe. Be all of 10 years back. Poor cats and dogs the whole time. Still, at least we was together.
Well, not raining Torquay, I promise you. With blue skies all the way.
Oh, I forgot. Hot item for your gossip column. Jet setter Mrs. H. Ogden is off to spend her summer vacation in the sun.
I forget the paparazzi flocking to Central Pier.
She's not going to Blackpool, clever clogs. And don't be such a snob. As a matter of fact, she's going to rather a posh hotel in Torquay, complete with luxuriously appointed colour TV, lounge and snooker room.
Well, the last one will come in handy. Did she get me the money?
Yeah, as it happens. Some old dear's left her a desk or something that's turned out to be worth quite a bit.
Oh. Maybe we should have hung on to Uncle Albert's sideboard for another couple of years. Might have got a Caribbean cruise out of it.
We, could still go, you know, love.
Cruise?
No, of course not. I know we're still very broke from the twins' 21st, but... Well, maybe we could manage just a little break. I reckon we could both do with it.
Yeah, I reckon we could. When are we thinking of?
Could try for Wit, or maybe that's a bit late. Or else when Tracy breaks up for the summer. Oh, love, wouldn't it be smashing? I'd not care where we went. Not even be fussy for a snooker room. Just as long as the three of us could relax together and be silly.
Like we used to, you mean?
Yeah.
Talking about Uncle Albert, I'm glad about one thing. He wasn't around to see all this. It would have broken his poor old heart.
Like it's damn near broken yours. Love, I know you said it was my choice, but do you really not mind if I go?
You mustn't you? Somebody's got to make sure the chief bridesmaid doesn't trot up the aisle with ice lolly round her mouth. Right. I'll pop into the travel agent in the lunch hour and pick up some brochures. Where would you fancy, madam? Martinique, Acapulco, Colwyn Bay, anywhere. As long as it doesn't cost more than 50 quid. As Hilda would say, the world is your lobster.
Shift your feet then. So when's the due then? Well, his train gets in about 12:30, so I suppose he'll be in about 1, won't he? Hey, I wonder if he's had out to eat.
Oh, your back door was open.
Hello, Hilda. I could always make him something on toast, couldn't I? Because I'm having a big spread tonight, you know, Brian and Gail's coming round. Oh, I hope he likes pork.
I was wondering if you'd ever been away on your own, you know, since your birth.
Look, Harry, stop going on about his belly. With this money, he's probably had a big nosh up in style on British Rail.
Who says he's got money?
Well, they all have, haven't they? They work like the clappers, you know, shearing them sheep. And they earn as much in 6 weeks as we do in 6 months.
Speaking of travelling, I'm going on holiday in a week or two to Torquay.
Oh, that'd be nice, Hilda. Since when were you such an expert on Australia, Duckworth?
I watched Thornbirds, didn't I? Oh, I wonder if he's like Richard Chamberlain.
He played a Catholic priest, and personally, I thought it were in very poor taste.
Oh, no. Do you know, it was smashing. Even made me think about changing my faith.
What faith?
Only you see, I've never been away on my own before. And I was wondering, like, for instance, do folk talk to you, say of an evening when you sat in the cocktail bar?
You are? Oh, I'm sorry, Hilda. Listen, I've not had a chance a solo trip yet, but don't worry, love, I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, I'll just go and lock that back door.
Well, I'm not worried. I'm quite looking forward to it. Well, it says they've got a wide range of excellent cuisine in the large and sunny dining room.
That should be nice, Hilda.
Look, there you are, Harvey. Stop faffing about. Just send his Aussie friend off with Hilda.
Do you know what is not cool? There ain't no justice in this world.
Not very original, not to mention ungrammatical, but I think I know what you mean.
Going.
Dentist.
I mean, there he is, El Fico. Gold medallions, 3-litre Capri, and I'm twice as bright as what he is, and what have I got?
I've got 8 O's and 2 A's, and what have I got?
Who's a Fico?
Bloke who just helped move into his flat.
New penthouse flat.
Well, according to him, it's a penthouse flat. According to me, it's a converted attic.
Oh, yeah. Sunken living area, built-in hi-fi, jacuzzi, not to mention one of them Japanese futon things.
What's that?
Latest thing in trendy beds. Looks like something you'd peel off the wall of a padded cell.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it costs a bomb.
So, how come he's got all that then, if he's such a Fico?
2 possible answers spring to mind, my son. Either he's got a rich daddy, or he's bent.
Oh, give over, Teddy, you're just jealous.
2 right, sunshine, and so are you.
No, I'm not. Not really. I mean, who wants to pose around in clanky medallions?
Why all the green eyes, anyway? Funny breast Farthing's not changed her mind about buying Mrs. O's whatnot, has she?
Oh, no, she's not changed her mind.
You've done the deal, then?
Yeah, we've done the deal, all right.
Good, because Mrs. O's chuffed her little mint balls over this holiday.
Yeah, I know she is, but, I mean, it can't cost an arm and a leg, can it? I mean, a week for one?
Oh, I don't know, it's not a dump she's booked at. Plus, she's got to buy new clothes to take with her. So if funny thing is coughed up, what's the problem?
Oh, there's no problem, is there, Terry?
As long as you can do it on another 50 quid, no.
50?
Look, we've already subbed the 40, that's 90 quid in all. It's definitely not to be sneezed at.
We only got 110 quid for the flaming thing.
You promised her nearly 400. She spent her savings on the strength of it.
Yes, well, the budgeted cash flow hasn't quite reached the level anticipated, has it?
Tough. If you're saying you're strapped for cash, go and see your pal Wally Thicko. But don't try letting Mrs. O down.
Won't be like your time for a quick one. Trains are always late anyhow, kid. Right, madam, if you don't simmer down, you're going to blow a gasket. Too large.
No, not for me, Betty.
Do you know, you think she'd invited royalty instead of entertaining the cardinal?
How long is it since you actually saw him, Ivy? 16 years. Right, scraggy little kid we Hackney when they emigrated.
Oh, like Richard Chamberlain now. Ooh.
Has she flipped?
Oh, you'll know she's flipped when she starts talking sense like everybody else. I've got to go, love, because
What is your fantastic plat du jour today, my dear?
if you mean my special, it's hot pot and it's fresh made.
Oh, sounds marvellous. I'll have a basin for that.
Hey, me and girls were discussing what to buy for the wedding present, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, Vera, but whatever it is, I'm sure will be most appreciated.
Yeah. Well, if you're a proper guest, you get a list, don't you, to give you some idea. Suppose I could have asked Hilda, she'd have one, having an official invite.
Oh, I see. So you think I'm neglecting the rest of my workforce, do you? What about you then, Ivy?
Oh, no, of course not, Mr. Baldwin. I mean, you can't be expected to invite entire staff, can you?
Well, why not? If you're invited to chow, why can't we go? Smacks of favouritism and unfair practice to me, does that?
Well, not that I have to justify my guest list to you, but Hilda, well, she's a special case.
Yeah, nutcase.
However, I was going to invite you, mob, to a pre-wedding drink and then come along to church on the day.
And then dockers pay for having an hour off.
Morning.
Eh?
I'm thinking of closing the factory for the morning. I wasn't expecting to get your work done anyway. And no, I was not going to dock your pay. But if, however, you deem in your wisdom that is one of my unfair practices, I humbly will have to withdraw the suggestion. But let me know, all right?
Well,
now, that looks nice.
Yeah. Never learn, do you, Paul Snout? Honest. Anyway, I still have to get going because I don't want him stood on my doorstep after he's come all this way. OK, lassie?
Gloria, love it. Do you think you could nip to halves? That's the last of the red cabbage.
Yeah, sure. Anything else while I'm at it?
No, love it. No.
Terry, what are we going to do? Look, we'll do what we said we was going to do. We'll give her a fair share of the proceeds, 90 quid.
It's not on, Terry. We can't let the lady down.
Oh, you are sweet. He's a gent, your pal.
If I'm so sweet and such a gent, how come you never get driven into a wild frenzy of me manly body?
You've got to have patience, Curly.
Or a manly body.
Yeah, very good. Oh, so how about it?
Listen, just change the record, eh?
No, we've got to sort it out. Kev's right, we did crack on and we thought we'd got more for it.
Look, people have to get used to life's little disappointments, don't they? I have, you have, we all have.
This is Mrs. Ogden we're talking about, not you or me or Wally Thicko. Her life's nothing but flaming disappointments.
All right, all right.
Right, so she can have the full 110 quid plus our share.
Less the 40 quid we've already given her.
Including the 40 quid we've given her, otherwise she's going to be still short.
Curly, that's our own money.
So what? It'll teach her to be more cautious in future, won't it? Won't it?
Are you sure that will do? Or do you want me to flog the shirt off me back? Chip that in and all, eh?
Hey, hiya, cobbler. You can tie me kangaroo down any time, sport. All right, isn't it?
Are they Ivy?
Ian? I don't believe it is never.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, come on in. Don't stand on doorstep.
Sorry, girls. Peep Shaw's have a love.
Do you know, and she cracked onto me that it was a scraggy little kid with spots.
Well, that's because she didn't want your Jack tearing him limb from limb. I mean, we all know he's like a tiger when he's jealous.
Well, that's one thing that hasn't changed about the good old north of England. Mum still goes about nosing neighbours.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I'll tell you what, 10 more minutes of Vera and you'll be glad you've emigrated. Now then, are you sure that I can't make you something to eat? It's no bother.
Now, come on, sit down. You've been jumping around since I got here. Now, I told you, Annie, I've had some grub on the train.
I can't get over how you've grown, you know. I think you're a bit big to be calling me auntie. Ivy will do, eh?
Fine by me.
Oh, excuse me a minute.
He's not here yet, is he? Only I just grabbed a couple of minutes to bring this round for tonight before you start going through any trouble.
Gail, this is Ian. Ian, this is Gail, my daughter-in-law.
G'day, Gail. Pleased to meet you.
Hello, likewise.
He's already had the red carpet welcome out from Vera, unfortunately.
There's no need to apologise, Ivy. In fact, I reckon I'm going to quite enjoy being the visiting celebrity. Have all the local ladies queuing up for a kiss, eh, cousin?
Yeah, well, I can't stop. I've got to get back to work. See you later.
Pimple! Hi, Snogger!
Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
You'd never have recognised him, would you?
What about this one? Young Snogger, an old married man. Who'd have believed that?
He's an old married man with a strapping young son, aren't you, Snogger?
A lot of stuff to catch up on, eh, bro? Yeah, plenty of chance tonight, mate. I just popped in to say hello.
Yeah, I've got to get back to work as well. I'll see you later.
Yeah, you can bet on that, mate. Pretty little wife you got yourself there, Brian?
Thanks, Kev.
I won myself, love.
You know what she's going to think, don't you? She's going to think you fiddled her.
Well, we'll show her the flaming receipt, won't we?
Receipts can be fixed.
Listen, are you saying that this one was?
Oh, I was just saying it could be.
Oh, thanks.
Cheers, love.
Cheers. Deirdre, about Susan.
Emily, fond as I am of the girl, could we please talk about something else? Save the whale, price of cauliflowers, anything.
You didn't tell me what Ken thought about my idea that she should get married from my house.
Well, if you want the truth, he said he could do without balmy suggestions like that. In fact, he accused the pair of us of subtle treachery. Yeah, that was it. Subtle flipping treachery.
What on earth did he mean by that?
Well, he reckoned the plan was to get round him with an overdose of sentimentality. Our cunning strategy, according to him, was that if he actually saw Susan getting into the wedding car practically outside the house, he couldn't avoid caving in.
I realised it was only a compromise, but I did think it might be better than nothing. I was only trying to help.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, Emily, but I wish you hadn't bothered. Anyway, back to the grind. See you, love.
Oh, just the person I wanted. Oh, yes, sir. You see, I'm going on holiday in a couple of weeks. Torquay.
Lovely.
And the thing is, well, with you having been on your own longer than me, I wondered if you could give me any little hints, like, you know, say, for instance, do I tip the waitress every time she fetches me my dinner?
What? Oh, no, something at the end of your stay should suffice.
Oh, I see, right. And would you reckon they'll all be in couples, or will there be other folk undetached?
Oh, I really couldn't say, Mrs. Ogden. It's all in the look of the draw. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Hey, it's a bit young for Bet, isn't it?
Who's talking about Bet? I'm talking about you. If he doesn't get you going, you're not the girl I think you are.
Oh, you daft devil. Hey, Hilda, this'll tickle you. Clara's just fallen madly in love with Ivy's nephew from Australia.
He's just got here and he's a right little dish. Oh, yeah. Betty, could I have a word?
Yes, lovely. Excuse me. Yes, love.
You see, the thing is, I'm going away in a week or two. And, well, with you being on your own, same as me.
Oh, I've already planned my holiday, love. I'm going to see our Gordon, you know, back end of the summer.
Oh, no. What I meant was, perhaps you'd have some idea of what it's like on your own.
Oh, I'd never be brave enough to risk it, love, among all them strangers. Oh, no, if I don't go to our Gordons, I shall stay at home. No. Yes, lovely.
Mrs. O, have you got a minute? The boys want to work.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Mrs. O, about the Bureau, due to a misunderstanding on our part, it didn't fetch as much as we thought it would.
Oh, how much did it fetch?
110 quid. Sorry.
Well, it's better than out, isn't it?
I've got the receipt if you'd like to...
No, don't bother, lad. I trust you. There's other things more important than money. They're not much, love. I got them from the lady at the gate. That was all she had left. But I don't like coming empty-handed. Tell you the truth, I was coming Sunday as usual, but... Well, I don't know whether you know already. Sometimes I think you sat there in your armchair keeping tabs on me. Thing is, Chuck, I'm going on this holiday to Torquay. The hotel looks lovely. Bit better than that Mrs. Askew's place in Morecambe that time, eh? Do you remember? Smelt of cabbage, and she'd only let you have one egg for breakfast. Then you had to leave your room straight after. We had to walk around in the rain till the pubs opened. This has got a colour television lounge and a proper cocktail bar. Everyone says I'll enjoy myself. Well, I should, being waited on hand and foot and going on outings and that. But, well, I can't say this to no one else, but I know you'll understand. Who will I talk to, Chuck? I won't know a soul. The only other time I've been to a posh hotel was when we won that second honeymoon. Do you remember that, eh? In room 504. Well, I'll tell you something, Chuck. If I could just have you back here again, you could keep Torquay. I wouldn't care if I never went on holiday again for the rest of my life. Hey, Stan.
I can't wait either. Honeymoon. I used to think that was such a corny word.
Oh, it's a lovely word.
Can be a disappointment to some people, though. Big letdown.
Yes, well, you can hardly say that we're going to be in for any big surprises, can you?
True. Lot to be said for modern ideas.
There is one old-fashioned idea that I still go along with. I think it's unlucky for the bridegroom to see the bride before the wedding.
Here. Will you be wearing one of those blue garters?
You're kinky about flipping garters, you are.
Will you, though, eh? Will you?
Well, if it means that much to you, yeah.
Well, if that is a promise, I will make the ultimate sacrifice. You can spend your pre-wedding night alone. And you get a good night's kip, because that's the last one you're going to get on your Todd.
Where will you stay?
Oh, I don't know. I'll find some park bench to doss down on somewhere.
Mike.
No, Don and the boys from London are booked into the Portway, so I booked myself in there for the night. All right, madam?
Oh, I'm not so sure. If you spend the night with that crowd, I don't know if you'll turn up.
Well, it's either that or stay here and help you on with your garter. And, thinking of things,
You stay at the Portway. I wouldn't like to miss my own wedding.
You see? Told you he was all right.
Yeah.
What's up?
If you must know, I think he's too pushy.
What does that mean?
He likes you to know he's there.
Oh, for Pete's sake, girl, take that face off, will you? And don't start one of your moves.
And another thing, what's all this snogger business?
It was a joke. We were kids.
Hey, come on, leave them. I'll see it to him. Ian's not here for long.
Thanks, man. So, Ian, it's not a bad life out there, then?
Oh, well, it's a plenty sight better than you got here, I can tell you that for nothing.
How would you know? We've got a good business and a nice little house, haven't we, Brian? What's so wonderful about your life in Perth?
Oh, weather, for one thing. I mean, if you were in Perth, at least when you did get your nose out of an engine, you'd know you were living. Weekends, we'd take the boat, go fishing off Rottnest Island. Oh, you'd love it, mate.
What, you mean you've got a boat?
Oh, it's just a small 35-foot job, you know, motor launch. There we go. Windsurfing, you ever been windsurfing? Oh, it's fantastic. We have barbecues. Hey, mate, do you like picnics? Yeah? How'd you like to eat outside all the time? Hey, you come and stay with me and you can. Now, I'll tell you, mate, it's a better future for young people out there. I mean, this country's dying on its feet.
You know, it makes me sick when people run Britain down. We've still got a lot to be proud of, you know, and a lot to be thankful for.
Steady on, Gail.
Yeah, I just don't want him talking like we live on a rubbish heap, that's all.
Sorry, mate. You know, it's just me and me big Aussie lip. We mates?
I'll put the kettle on.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't let you go all that way to Australia, would we, love? Eh? Who'd your grandma have to sport to death and got with chocolate biscuits, eh?
I know the type. Hangs around Bondi Beach all day wearing a T-shirt saying lifeguard.
And you wouldn't like a job like that?
Me? What would I want to swap jobs with anybody for when I'm flogging my guts out for £0 a pound in a little backstreet yard?
Oh, I thought you were doing all right there.
How can I do all right with flaming St. Norman for a partner? All it needs is a bonnet and a tambourine. Still, as long as Hilda brings me back a little stick of rock, eh?
Could I just have another tomato, please, Betty?
I'll fetch it over, lovey.
Oh, thank you.
Ken, I know you think I've been sticking my nose
Not
in.
at all, Emily. I told you some time ago. I thought you'd been very diplomatic.
I didn't think it was diplomatic of me to suggest Susan get married from my house. You thought that was a balmy idea.
There we are.
Oh, thank you,
Lovely.
thank you.
Apparently.
Now, Deirdre had no right to tell you that.
Doesn't matter. I realise now it was a stupid idea. I hadn't thought it through properly.
I'm sorry, Emily.
Oh,
I
I'm
know
not
you
worried about me. It's Deirdre. She's tense and withdrawn. Well, frankly, I think she's been through much more strain than you realise.
Now, that's an idea I do agree with. Which is why I'm taking away on holiday.
Oh.
Nothing fancy mine, but it's got fresh sea air, somebody else to do the cooking, and above all, it's miles away from here.
All the way from Thursday. I'm off on my travels soon, Barbados. You ever been there?
No, I've been to Bali a couple of times down in Hong Kong.
Hey, you sound like you enjoy yourself. Right, what can I get you fellas?
Well, pay for me.
Crack, you look tired. Well, I'm tired, kid. I had 3 nightmares last night, 3, and our Jack were in every one. So what's new? Hey, you look like you got some post. Oh, it'll be bills. So how are you going on with your Aussie guest? You only made my breakfast this morning. Hey, have you got any more at home like him?
Oh. Susan's got a letter.
Oh, thanks, love. It's from Glasgow.
Mum,
Hmm?
Sarah Green said when she was a bridesmaid, she went to church in a Rolls Royce. What's a Rolls Royce?
It's a very big, posh car.
Will I be going in one tomorrow?
No, love. Something similar, though.
I'll tell her I did anyway. She's a right big head.
Is there no way we can get Granny down from Glasgow?
Well, she says she's not fit enough to travel.
Oh, she'd love to see Susan getting married. Like having a daughter. That's what this letter will be. Wishing her all the best, all the happiness in the world. Couldn't you bring yourself to do that, Ken? Please.
Oh, that's great, mate. Well, I'll see you about 12:30, eh? Yes, I know you got a boat. But I have no intention of leaving the country. Not till the honeymoon, anyway. Yeah. Okay. Well, don't get legless on the train, will you? All right, mate. See you. That was Don. Picking him up at the station at 12:30.
Great.
You're not having second thoughts about Don being best man, are you?
No, of course not.
He's just a cheerful chappie like me.
Yes, I know. I've seen you double act.
Never fails with the birds.
Can't think why.
What is it then, eh? Is it sort of pre-wedding jitters? Is that what it is?
No, I'm not in this least bit jittery. Oh, it's just...
What?
Well, I want everything to be so perfect tomorrow. But I know it isn't going to be. There's going to be this shadow hanging over us.
Well, not over me, there's not. Look, we have given him every chance, Susan. Every chance. Now, don't you let him spoil it for you. Not even one little bit.
No.
Well, you can do better than that, can't you? Yeah, that's better.
What was Don on about?
I was just trying to persuade me to flee the country, join some of my mates in Spain.
Are you?
Only for a financial consideration.
Well, I haven't got any money.
Blast. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to stop it, is there?
Don't be silly.
No. No, of course there isn't.
What puzzles me is I've lived through a time of life that most of your working classes have done very nicely, thank you. I mean, living in converted pigsties with 2 cars on the drive. So where did I go wrong here?
Yeah, well, they don't call you Idle Jack for nothing, did they?
Now, that's not very nice, Terry. I'd have sweat blood making brass, given half a chance. Just sweating making it for other folk that I disagreed with.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make a few quid. There's no danger to that.
Do you mind if I give you a bit of advice, lad?
Well, you can try.
It's your personality. You're too aggressive, like your mother. You'd be better off being a bit suave like me, you know.
Suave like you?
Yeah.
Listen, I want to be a successful businessman, not the world's most comprehensive failure.
Hey, I was top of my class, mate. I could read penicillin when I was 5. The right opportunity never come along, that's all. Is that for me?
No, it's for me, Mum.
Hey, I see what I mean. Post is never for me. How can you be a success if you're never in the mainstream of life?
See you later, all right?
Never travel first class intercity.
I didn't expect you till this afternoon.
Speed Peter drives us a wonder we weren't here for breakfast.
Drives fast, does he?
No, it's just that cars respond to me. They recognise they've got an artist at the wheel.
And he's only talking about a clapped-out old banger. Lord knows what it'd be like if he owned an expensive car.
Boy, he'd wear a cravat and a flat cap for starters.
Drink G&Ts.
Oh, nothing but.
Oh, I would. There's a lot of the Hooray Henry in me. In fact, I feel very bitter I never had a wealthy dad. How is he, by the way?
The same.
Still not going to the wedding?
No.
Oh, dear.
God, he's just a pig-headed...
Oh, Peter.
I must admit, I'm beginning to lose patience with him.
I mean, he could forget his principles for a couple of hours and just go to the wedding. It wouldn't cost him anything. He doesn't have to give Sue away. I can still do that.
He won't budge. He won't even discuss it anymore.
He's not just being pig-headed, he's being vindictive. Jess still in the front room?
Yeah, she is, love.
I'll bring the cases in.
That's his wedding suit. He looks ever so smart in it.
I hope there's not going to be any trouble between him and Ken. Not on top of everything else.
I've warned him to keep it cool.
One whiskey, Kenneth.
Thank you.
You're not signaling for something, are you?
No.
Oh, it's not your usual tipple whiskey.
Just felt like it.
Why not? $10 on whiskey. Could be a good sign.
How do you make that out?
Could be supping himself into a better mood.
Or a blacker one?
Were there any shenanigans at your wedding, Betty?
Oh, dear. My Uncle Jim got blind drunk at our reception. He kept shouting across at Cyril, "You'll be better off getting put down now." So my Auntie Ethel took a shoe off and hit him with it.
They're like fireworks, aren't they, Betty? Waiting for a match weddings.
You're telling me.
Have you never seen that British Rail advert where that executive makes a fortune just sitting on the train before he even gets into his office? Where did I go wrong?
Well, if you want to play cricket, you buy a cricket bat, don't you?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, maybe if you bought an executive briefcase, you'd be an executive.
Women, Gloria, should not take part in serious conversations because they've got no contribution to make.
Just trying to be helpful.
You know, I reckon I was an executive in the army.
Oh, I'm bossing bangers about at Cossack Cookhouse.
For your information, I once supervised the cooking of nearly 2,000 bangers after an exercise on Salisbury Plain, and not one of them were burnt, so beat that for responsibility.
I can't, Percy.
The General came to me after and said, "Well done, Sugden." Oh, very proud he knew my name.
Oh, hello, Audrey. Oh, wait, you don't know Ian, do you? Audrey Roberts, this is Ian Latimer, Audrey's Gail's mother.
Gail's mum, I don't believe it.
Oh, lots of people say that.
Was funny, I've never heard him.
Audrey, what would you like to drink?
I'll have a small gin and tonic, please, lovely. Do you know, I don't normally drink at lunchtime. I don't drink a lot at all, as a matter of fact. It goes straight to my head. So, you're the escapee from Bondi Beach I've heard so much about, are you?
Well, Perth, actually. You can hardly get on Bondi for tourists these days.
Well, where'd you go to improve your muscles and get a tan then?
He does have to work for a living, Audrey.
What do you do, Ian? I bet it's something dead exciting, isn't it?
I'm a salesman. I sell building materials.
Oh, it's not much better than being a grocer, is it? I mean, I always expect Australians to be cricketers or cowboys, or sheep boys. That's when they're not drinking lager and being very, very macho.
Where's Alf, Audrey? You know, your husband.
Oh, well, he's up to his eyes in stock-taking, Ivy. Then he's going to a council meeting. Talk about a deserted wife, eh?
Hello. What you doing home at this time?
I told you, haven't I? No more pub snacks for me. I meant healthy eating, high-fibre diet and all that. I don't want to see another slice of white bread in this house.
Well, I'll have to keep getting white for your dad, because he thinks brown bread's white that's gone mouldy.
Letter for you there.
Oh, why? I saw a postman coming this morning. Woman's Choice?
That's that women's magazine, innit? You don't get that no more.
No, I got sick of all them daft stories about women that live happily ever after with man of the dreams. I mean, that is fiction, that is.
Yeah. We'd probably be pleading with you to start buying it again.
I don't believe it.
What's up?
He says I won a car.
You won a car? You?
Me? A Vauxhall Nova.
Let's see that.
Well, don't say it, I don't say it.
Says you won a brand new car. Vauxhall Nova.
And the husband of the year competition. That's great, that's fantastic.
You could say that again, kid. Me? Brand new car that's never won out in her life before.
A new car, just like that, out of the blue.
Oh, let's have another look at that later.
What is it?
It's a mistake.
Mistake?
Well, it must be.
Why?
Well, I've never filled any Husband of the Year contest in. Not in Mum's Choice. Or any other magazine for that matter.
Eh?
Oh, look who's here.
I thought he was having lunch at the office. Hello, Ken.
Oh, hello. You've arrived.
Yes, I think we're here. Do you think we're here, Jess?
Ah, good to see you both again. What are you having to drink?
Pint, please.
Lager, please.
Yeah, and me.
Bet, when you got a minute, please. Oh, this is very pleasant.
You'll be getting fed up with the sight of us, Mr. Barlow.
Not with you, anyway, Jessica.
You all right, Dad?
Fine. You?
Oh, great, yeah.
Right, well, shall we sit down?
Yeah, I'll
Good
bring the
idea.
drinks over. Better have 2 lagers, a pint.
Is he tight?
Well, he's bound to be if he's drinking whiskey. He can't take spirits. Well, he can't take anything, really.
Do you know, I'll have to be getting back to the shop, otherwise my marriage will be over before it started proper.
I have one for the road, Audrey.
What do you mean it's only up the street?
That's a very long way, Ivy, in high heels and a tight skirt. I'll just have another small gin. I've got enough tonic, thanks.
Same again, mate?
Yeah.
Not for me, Ian. I've got some work to do this afternoon.
All right. He seems a very personable young man, doesn't he? I think I should have emigrated myself.
Really?
That's the point, isn't it?
What is?
Well, I mean, you're all working, aren't you? You, Ryanair and our girl. And I've just been thinking if Ian wants someone to show him around, navigate him like, I've been only 2 quid.
Oh, I think we can manage that between us, can't we, Brian?
I think so.
Hey, up here he is, the Eddie Sharp of the rag and bone business. Made a couple of thousand this morning, have you?
Made a few quid, don't you, fret. Just have half a bit, please.
You're tight with it, I know. You know she never buys me and you a drink, Percy.
You know, I've got a scheme for making brass.
Oh, yeah?
The Percy's Sugden National Service Training School.
For what?
Well, there's no chance of them bringing back national service, is there? Not unless there's an emergency, so I opened a school, offering basic national service training, square bashing, PT, bull and boots. You'd be queuing up to send the kids to it, get a bit of discipline knocked into them, and make a fortune. As well as making this country safe to live in again.
Yeah, but Percy, the only problem is you'd have to build a big wall around the camp to stop the kids from trying to get out.
Not with my powers of command, I wouldn't.
Now, is this a cash sale or a credit sale? I mean, your real tycoon never pays cash for anything, does it?
I'm going to wipe that smile right off your face, Daddy.
You've been borrowing my socks again.
My mum's won a car in a competition.
She never.
She's what?
Straight up, one of them magazine competitions. That's what that letter was about this morning.
I'm just nipping out, Bet. I've got a fire to put out at all.
A fire?
A load of rubbish, actually. Got them going, though, didn't it? Eh?
Where is it?
Don't be ignorant. That's my letter, that says. Oh, I said he told you, has he? Well, it's not what the paper it's written on. I've never entered any Husband of the Year competition. What chance would I have with it out like that, eh? Now, Rat of the Year, now you be talking.
Straight up is this.
Straight up. I've told you. I've never entered any competition. Not unless I did it in my sleep. I'm always having nightmares about you.
No, but I did.
You did?
When I was laid up with my bad leg and I had naught to do, I entered a couple of competitions in your magazines.
Get away.
It's true. Clever, aren't I? A new car, free, gratis, for naught. My luck's changed at last.
Hang on a minute. So why'd they sent letters to me, then, if it were you that entered competition?
Your women's magazines, innit? I mean, those fellas are not supposed to look at them. No, I do. Flipping competitions in them. Felt a bit of a Jessie, you know.
Also, you entered my name, then, did you?
Yeah.
So I can win it, then, I?
Rubbish! I won it. It's my car.
Come here, what does it say? Dear Mrs. Duckworth, we are pleased to inform you that you have won our Husband of the Year competition. Couldn't be clearer, could it? I'm the winner. Me, Mrs. Vera Duckworth, Esquire.
Where you going?
I'm going out to celebrate Good luck.
Vera!
Hello, darling. This is Don Lester, my best man. Didn't I tell you, it's the only pub in England with 3 beautiful barmaids.
A beautiful manageress and 2 beautiful bar persons, if you don't mind. Hello, Don.
So what is wrong with the West End?
Pardon?
Well, that's where you 3 should be, in a bruiser up west. They'd include you in one of those London transport tours.
What's your poison? I can't take any more of this flattery.
I can.
And me.
He hasn't started yet. 2 large scotch, please.
Who's that with Mike?
I'm not sure, but I think he must be his best man.
Hey, you'll never guess what's happened. Ivy, come here a minute. Hey, I've only won a car, kid. It's incredible, isn't it? Me, a car owner.
She means I won it.
A car? A proper one? Yeah, in a competition. A Vauxhall novel.
A Nova, actually, and I flaming won it.
Look, I don't think you've a leg to stand on, Jack. Do you? Or wheels? Anyway, is it brand imports all round?
Well, not for me.
No.
Oh.
Hey, Jack, is it true?
No.
She's not won a car. She's gone potter.
Look, I told you I flaming won it.
Something down there.
Hey, brand new, is it?
Brand new, Hilda.
What sort of competition were it?
Husband of the year.
Well, what would you know about that, seeing the husband you've got?
Oh, you're only jealous, Hilda. She's not the only one. What did you have to do in this competition?
Well...
There, you can't tell them, can you? Because I did it.
You?
Yeah, you had to put down in an order of importance what makes a good husband, like.
Well, how did you manage to do that?
Yeah, well, I flaming did, and I won that car.
Well, not according to woman's choice, you didn't. Hey, it's right, I won a car!
I thought it was a mistake.
Yeah, I wish you had been a flaming mistake.
Is that right, Vera? You got lucky.
Yeah, it's right, Mr. Baldwin.
Right, those drinks are all on me. Not just for your luck, but for tomorrow as well. You can drink a toast of mine and Susan's health. That goes for all of you. Drinks all round. Get him in, girl.
I'm never going to get home, am I?
See what I mean?
I always thought my dad was too intelligent to let himself be vindictive.
I feel betrayed.
Oh, she's his daughter, Jess. Whatever's right for her should be right for him, and if it's not, he should have the sense to keep quiet. Don't you agree, Deirdre?
All I know is I'm dreading tomorrow.
Yeah. What brings you home dead on time? What's a complaining?
Oh, I never really got going this afternoon. Mwah. Anyway, we had a long drinking session in the Rovers at dinner.
Did you now?
It was your mother's fault. Floating her eyelashes at Ian and drinking all his gin.
Surprised it's taken her this long.
And Mike Baldwin, he was buying rounds too. She's wedding tomorrow.
I did miss a good do.
Hey, and Vera Duckworth, she won a car.
A car?
Yeah.
Lucky thing. And all this happened at the Rovers at dinner time?
Yeah.
Only thing that happens in the Rovers when I go in is the door opening and shutting. Anyway, it seemed to have done much for your spirits. Unless you've got hangover.
Well, I was getting a bit fed up with sitting next to a suntan what keeps going on about his good life in Australia.
And there's poor you, white as an egg. You're jealous of Ian, aren't you, Brian Tilsley?
No, I'm not jealous of him. He's a good bloke. Just makes me feel a bit, I don't know, a bit dissatisfied.
Not hankering after the wide open spaces of Australia, are you?
I wonder what it's like, though.
Red sails in the sunset.
Ah, shut up with your flaming cat's claw.
Way out. I have something to sing about.
I'm going to write to that magazine and tell them who really won that car.
The proof of the pudding, Jack darling, is the name on the entry form. My name. Vera Duckworth. V-E-R-A.
It's stealing, is that? You've stole that car from me. You're a flaming thief.
Hey, don't you call me a...
What else are you?
Listen, you two. Have you never heard the expression family car? Well, that's what this car should be. The Duckworth family car. Got a nice ring to it, don't you think?
I wouldn't mind that.
Well, you won't, would you? Because I can't drive, can I?
Well, you can learn, can't you?
Oh, I'm going to do. Don't you, Fred?
You learn to drive. Don't make me laugh. You don't know the back of a car from the front. You'd most likely get in it wrong way round.
We'll see.
You just give me one good reason why you should claim that car for yourself when it were me that won it. You, go on, one.
Because it's safer.
Safer?
Yes. I haven't been done for drink driving. I won't go pubbing it in with my mates, male or female. Look, I'm doing you a favour, Jack. You'd only get into a load of trouble, you, with a brand new car of your own. Anyway, you haven't reached the age of responsibility yet, have you? Red sails in the sunset.
Jazz got a point, you know.
Way out on the...
Well, any instructions for tomorrow, Mike?
No. Except don't go breaking into a sailor's hornpipe when you're walking her down the aisle.
He'll do anything to get attention.
Oh, me granny's a love. I do wish she could have come. She's worried you won't get me to the church on time, because you'll be late for your own funeral.
Ah, yes, but, well, I've now got my trusty digital calculator alarm clock wristwatch, haven't I?
Has my dad said anything?
Oh, you must be joking. He's all but monosyllabic. Oh, yeah, he's been hitting the scotch.
Ken, drinking whiskey?
Oh, he's exaggerating. He had a couple at the most.
He's torturing himself more than me, then.
Yeah, well, he's always been fond of this hair shirt bit, hasn't he?
I don't think we should talk about him anymore. Not helping the situation.
Here, here. I think we should be getting back, Peter. Deirdre's making a meal.
Jessica, I wanted to ask you a favour.
Ask away.
Would you stay with me here tonight?
I've been banished to the Portway.
That's a lie. You said you wanted to make the ultimate sacrifice, because I didn't want us setting out to church together.
Well, a bloke can change his mind, can't he?
Of course I'll stay, Sue.
Only I don't want to be blubbering into my pillar on my own. Oh, and you could bring Deirdre as well, if she'll come.
Sounds like a hen party in the making. Well, you can always join me for a drink at the Portway if you like.
Oh, yeah. Say no.
See you later, then. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Will you really be blubbering into your pillow?
Very probably.
Well, why?
Oh, lost innocence. Things that you wouldn't understand being an insensitive male.
Well, I should probably fall asleep with a satisfied grin on my face.
Should think so, with what you're getting.
Gotta go. Otherwise, Don will be buying his own booze, and it gets very nasty if he has to do that too often.
Poor Ken. It should be one of the happiest nights of his life.
How often does it happen, though? Times we should be happy, we're dead miserable. Talk about a contrary world. Folk are starting to talk about you two, you know.
I'm meeting Mavis here, hopefully.
I'm just going to a council meeting. A pint and,
Oh, sweet sherry. I'll get them, love.
Audrey having a good time in here this dinner time.
Yes, I believe.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was a sore point.
Who said it was?
Sorry.
You know, Audrey's too sociable, that's her trouble. Oh, Deirdre's face was as long as ever today and all.
If only we could do something.
Ah, well, you can't, love. You know, I think Ken's taking things too far. I mean, Susan could do a lot worse than Mike, a lot worse. At least he's old enough to have some sense.
Yes. Oh, sorted out who's getting the keys yet?
You can't turn a wheel without me, can't you?
Jack. Husband of the Year competition in Women's Choice. I remember it. Didn't you have to describe in so many words what makes the perfect husband?
Did you? I forget.
You'd be like describing yourself then, wouldn't you?
I told you, I forget. Oh.
Aren't you coming home, Ken?
In a minute.
I've left your meal in the oven.
Thank you.
Me and Jessica are going for a drink with Susan, so don't be long, will you?
No, I won't.
Ken, I know, I understand how you feel about Baldwin.
Well, you of all people should.
Do you love Susan?
Of course I love her.
Well, if you really love her, you'll be at that church tomorrow, because that's what she wants. You'll forget all about your hate for Baldwin, your anger and your disappointment, and you'll be there because you love her. Do it for love, Ken. Please.
Said, eat it. You've got to get something inside you.
I can't. Don't shout at me. I can do what I want today. I'm the bride, I'll have you know.
Bride or not, if you don't get that breakfast done, you got nothing to eat till, I don't know, 2:30. You had nothing to speak of last night.
Oh, I'll live.
I'm not interested in whether you'll live or not. I'm thinking of the noise you'll make in church. Can you imagine your tummy rumbling all the way through the service?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, well, think about it now. Bet Mike's tucking into his eggs and bacon at the Portway. Go on.
Do you think anybody will care if I don't turn up?
I hope you're joking.
So do I.
Janet, I've got a few things to finish off here first, so I won't be in the office till later on. So if you want me for anything, just ring me at home here.
But there's one thing I'd like you to do straight away. That piece about the accident black spot.
No, there's no point, really. I'll get changed when I come back. Well, you don't want me round at Mike's flat while you lot are parading about in your undies, do you?
I'm getting changed here.
No, love, we'll get changed with Susan and Jessica, and then we can all help each other.
But I want Dad to see me. He's not coming, is he?
No, but he'll see you when you come back afterwards.
Are you going to have a last go at him?
I'm not. I've said my final word on the subject. Oh, Peter. Nobody wishes things were different more than I do. But it's not for the want of trying, not with any of us.
I think he's silly.
Yeah, well, you keep your opinions to yourself, young lady.
Ready for off?
Yeah, well, I'm coming back to get changed.
I should hope so. Have a nice time.
Shall I give Susan a big kiss for you?
Yes, that would be nice. You do that.
I think you're silly not going.
That's enough. Now, come on.
Well, I do.
Yeah, she's not the only one.
Are you taking your crayons with you?
Yes.
All right, well, don't throw them, eh? For drawing pictures with, not throwing at Mrs. Phillips like you did last time.
Yeah, Sydney. That's the place to go.
What?
Sydney, New South Wales, that's the place to go.
Should think at 8:25, work's the place to go.
Oh, blimey, is that what time it is? I see, from what Ian was saying, he reckons there's more work in Perth.
Brian, you've got a business here. I've got a job. Your mother's here. My mother's here. All our friends are here. On top of that, they might not take us in Australia. They don't just take anybody, you know.
Hey, who's anybody? All right, love, look, I'm not thinking of going tomorrow, but it's worthwhile making inquiries, and that's just what I'm going to do. Is that all right by you, kid?
Yeah.
You see, you're outvoted. Ta-ra. Get them there all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Dad. Did you ever wonder how much Sue and I miss living a normal family life?
Well, I know how much I missed having you.
Do you? Sorry, it doesn't show. I was 6 years old when I left here. You packed the pair of us off to Glasgow.
I didn't pack you off
You
anywhere.
packed the pair of us off to Glasgow to live with our grandparents because you couldn't face responsibility of bringing us up yourself. And I'm not saying anything against Grandma and Grandad, because we were warm, and we were well fed, and we were cared for. But I'm 21 years old. And for 15 of those years, I haven't known a mother or a father. Now, I couldn't have a mother. But I could have had you. And instead, what happens? All right, once in a blue moon, when you can spare us a couple of days, you'd come and see us. And then you'd come back and you'd forget us.
I didn't forget you.
But for all Susie and I knew you did. And I can't count the number of times that I wanted you there. I needed you, Dad, for advice, you know, for support, for a good ticking off every now and then. And I think that Susie needed you more than I did. And she needs you now.
I don't want her to marry that man.
Yeah, I gathered that. Lord knows why. I don't know what you've got against him, and Susie won't tell me, but whatever it is, it's not worth what you're doing to her. You know what I thought? Stupid kid that I am, I thought that, seeing as you'd done so little for us, And seeing as you had cut us out of your life for 15 years, given the chance to be a real father, and that's just one chance, you jump at it. And instead you...
You better get yourself ready. Time's getting on.
Right, you two will do. Now I'll go and have a look how Susan's going on.
Who's most beautiful?
I am, because I'm bigger than you and big's beautiful.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, all right, then you're the most beautiful on one condition.
What's that?
I'll give you £1 for your money box if you let me catch Susie's bouquet when she throws it, because whoever catches the bride's bouquet is next to get married.
And you want to marry Peter?
Well, I think he expects it, poor lad. He'll only cry if I don't. So will you let me?
£1?
£1.
I didn't want to get married yet anyway.
Are you ready for me? Oh, charming, if that's the way you feel.
Not bad, kid.
Doesn't she look terrific?
I should hope so. We're going to be on television, you know.
What?
Didn't I tell you? Mike's hired a video firm. They're doing a tape of the whole thing.
What, in the church as well?
Everywhere.
They're going with them on the honeymoon.
Better not.
Will I be on telly?
Yeah, of course you will.
Is it BBC or ITV?
No, it's not either. We just play it on our telly.
Won't my friends be able to see it then?
Yeah, of course they will. You can bring them round. We'll watch it on the recorder.
Oh, here's Peter. Now, before I give you the once-over, you sure you want to go through with it?
Think so.
Hey, what happened to that string vest you were wearing?
I've changed my mind.
You're not supposed to look posher than the bride, you know.
Naught I can do about it, love, it just comes naturally. Now, are you sure you're going to be all right with him? I'll manage somehow.
Listen, thoroughly enjoy yourself.
Don't worry, I'll keep my eye on them both.
You've got work to go to.
But we've got a wedding, so come on, let's have you. You coming, Percy?
No, not bothered seeing I wasn't invited, but if you get the opportunity, give my best wishes to the bride and groom on their happy day.
I will do, my
You
love.
look smashing.
See you. Have a nice...
Hey, what's the chances of emigrating these days to your neck of the woods?
What, for you and the family?
Yeah.
Pretty good, I'd say. Check it out, it's easy enough.
You recommend it?
Oh, look, mate, from what I've seen of Britain so far, it's shot me down in flames. The whole damn country's gone to the dogs. You can work your socks off over here, nobody takes a blind bit of notice.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, not in Australia, mate. Work hard over there and you'll have a great life. A great life.
Which holy estate Christ adorned and beautified with his presence, and first miracle that he wrought in Cana of Galilee, and is commended in Holy Writ to be honourable among all men, and therefore is not by any to be enterprised nor taken in hand, unadvisedly, lightly, or wantonly, but reverently, discreetly, soberly, and in the fear of God, duly considering the causes for which matrimony was ordained. First, it was ordained for the increase of mankind according to the will of God, and that children might be brought up in the fear and nurture of the Lord, and to the praise of his holy name. Secondly, it was ordained in order that the natural instincts and affections implanted by God should be hallowed and directed aright, that those who are called of God to this holy estate should continue therein in pureness of living. Thirdly, it was ordained for the mutual society, help, and comfort that the one ought to have of the other, both in prosperity and adversity. Into which holy estate those two persons present come now to be joined. Therefore, if any man can show any just cause why they may not lawfully be joined together, let him now speak, or else hereafter forever hold his peace. Wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife, to live together according to God's laws in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honour and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Wilt thou have this man to thy wedded husband, to live together according to God's law in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love him, comfort him, honour and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto him, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Repeat after me, please. I, Michael, take thee, Susan, to my wedded wife.
I, Michael, take thee, Susan, to my wedded wife.
Well, if that parson's keeping up to schedule, it'll just be about exchanging vows.
Eh?
The wedding, lad, the wedding. I, Susan, take thee, what's his name?
Just Michael, I think.
Take thee, Michael, to my wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
Where do you learn all that rubbish?
Oh, I've been to a few wedding ceremonies in my time, Jack. Words like that stick in your mind.
Stuck in my flaming gullets. For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and in health, right?
Right.
Right. When I had my bad leg and I was in hospital, if it was a toss-up between me and Bingo, no contest, it were flaming Bingo.
I wonder if she's going to say she'll obey him.
Nah, they kicked that into such a long time since.
No, some women have it put back. I think I would.
She said that, I know. How Vera stood next to me and said it out loud, top of her voice, in a church.
So he says to her, give us that car, and she does. Some hopes.
Adelaide's a bit sedate, a bit quiet. Melbourne's neither one thing nor the other. Sydney's great. It's a bit big, a bit expensive. Now, Perth's your best bet, mate. Plenty going on, great climate.
But, well, aren't you going through it a bit, though, you know, with unemployment and all that?
Oh, yeah. But nothing like here. Anyway, we're after mechanics. You get a job okay. And after a couple of years of hard work like you put in here, you won't know how to spend your money.
I thought I was going to spend all my time swimming.
That's plenty of that, mate.
Hey, what's that beach you go to? What's it called? Bondi Beach, is it?
Nah, Bondi's in Sydney. My territory's mainly south of Perth. Mandurah, Yallingup, Margaret River. So I found myself this nice little place in Fremantle, and any slack day I'd sling that towel in the back of the car and off to Cottesloe Beach. It was better than Bondi, anyway.
Oh, shut up, will you?
Oh, look, mate, I didn't come here to talk about Australia. I want to see how much things have changed here so I can tell the Poms back home how lucky they are to got out of it. How do you fancy taking the afternoon off and showing me the sights?
Can't today, mate. I'll tell you what, though, if you call for Gail about 2:30, I'm sure she'll jump at the chance, if you don't mind us stinking of chips at it.
That's okay by me. Fancy another warm beer?
It's the only sort I like.
Made you change your mind?
I think Peter must have said the right thing. Don't know what it was, but something clicked.
Good.
You ready over there?
A pound, remember? Peter! You've had it!
I should have called.
Oh, come on again, come.
Yeah, the bride and groom are on the move.
Our smugglers in with you, Ivan.
Don't blame me, Vera. I didn't send invitations out.
Reception guests, your cars, please.
Julie's a lassie from Lancashire, just a lassie from Lancashire. Oh, she dresses in clumps of joy. She's the prettiest of them.
Hey, Gloria, is that boyfriend of yours still hanging around?
Steve, you mean? I hope not.
Well, if you feel that there's a gap in your life that you won't fill in.
No thanks, Terry. Men are off the menu at the moment.
Well, we're not all the same, you know that.
I know. Some are worse than others.
Hey, hiya. Bye, yes, Jack, and put money in the till.
Oh, hey, up the back.
What was it like?
Oh, she looked lovely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'll never guess. Ken came to give her away.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, he did, you know.
Now, that's something I'm glad to hear.
Ain't mind you, should have seen them all striking. Bride and Deirdre. And Emily. I thought she was studying her foot to walk.
So, on behalf of the bridesmaids, and I don't know which half I like the best, I'd just like to say thanks to Mike for all of this, and offer our sympathies to him, oh, and his beautiful bride, for having to leave their smashing knees up and dash off to boring Barbados. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Oh, well, anybody wants to make them an apple pie bed, I'll give you the address. Only costs about 1,500 quid to get there and back. Oh, yes. Well, I've got one or two messages to read out, but before I do, I'd like to call on Mr. Kenneth Barlow, the...
Father, love.
Thank you, Elizabeth. The father of the bride, to say a few words. Mr. Kenneth Barlow.
Well, this comes as something of a surprise. But I would like to say this. Today is my daughter's day. And I'm quite sure she'd like me to say thank you to everybody for coming along and making it so special. Circumstances, unhappy circumstances being what they were, I haven't shared Susan's life, or Peter's, anywhere near as much as I would have liked. After more years apart than I care to remember, we came together again a short while ago. And now, all too soon, it's almost time again for parting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, friends, I know you'll all join with me in hoping that the future will be very kind to both of them. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks. Help get the dust out of my throat. Really is a shambles round here, isn't it?
Ian, you're talking about the town I love.
I am a bit outspoken, aren't I? But you do need it, really. You don't rate me all that high, do you?
I never said that.
You didn't have to, I could tell. Is it getting any better? Am I growing on you?
A bit.
Good. Brian was talking early on about bringing you all out to Australia. You'd love it. You really would. There's something missing here that you get more than enough of out there, and you know what it is?
Go on.
Excitement. You don't get much excitement, do you?
Not a lot, no.
You really would love it out there.
Is that right? You're looking so balmy.
Well, they couldn't get in at Clacton.
Hey, it's a bit overrated, isn't it? All that sun and sand and sea.
Aye, not a haggis in sight.
Hey, you don't actually eat that stuff, do you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even know when if it bit me.
It's the same with us Geordies in Newcastle Brown. I cannot stand the stuff.
What's all this and come on, 2 girls and 4 fellas, eh?
I've been waiting for you.
I never knew.
Well, you want the best man, don't you?
Depends what your best out, lover.
Oh, listen, I'll buy you a drink to tell you. Well, he'll buy you one, it's all on him.
Lovely. Come on. Who are you, anyway?
Don Lester, pal of Mike's. Who are you?
Audrey Potter. Oh, no, listen to me, Audrey Roberts. I keep forgetting I'm married.
Well, that is fine by me. Which is the old man?
Oh, he's, oh, never mind. Come on, let's talk about you.
I love wedding receptions. People come from all over the place, never met each other in their lives before, yet in no time they're the best of friends.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Is she a cheeky madam, that Audrey? Have you seen her just pick that Don fella up?
I did, love. I was after him myself.
You weren't?
Now, let's see. Who else do I fancy?
Jessica's marrying Peter next because she forgot Susan's flowers. She gave me £1 to let her.
Maybe we're rearing a right one here.
Fancy another drink?
Yeah, why not? Do you know, I'm actually beginning to enjoy myself.
Susie and I used to swap boyfriends, you know, so I'll give you my number whenever you're ready.
Right.
Hey, Cheryl, I didn't ask you here to chat up my husband. Oh, hear that, my husband.
Excuse me, mate. I just wanted to thank you for coming.
I came for Susan's sake.
I realise that, but thanks all the same.
I've lost her.
You haven't lost her. You've made her happy. That's not losing her.
Yeah! Hey, listen. Who's going to play in the Australian cricket team then, mate?
When did you get these?
Oh, I picked them up this afternoon. I think he's right, you know. Perth is the place.
You serious then?
I'm seriously thinking about it, yeah. Anyway, love, it's what we want to change. I don't know, a bit of, what?
Excitement?
Yeah, a bit of excitement. That's what we want, innit, eh? That's what we all want. A bit of excitement. Yeah! Come on then, come on, punch.
Hey, hold this way, I want to wait for you.
I've got no time. Draven will be here in a minute. I've got that cellar to sort out.
Yeah, well, we things to straighten out, I know. You know, I'm having afternoon off to collect my car.
Our car. It was me what won it.
Yeah, but it's me that's giving it to, isn't it? So if you want a share in it, I want you to come to this door with me, right?
Oh, no danger. It's going to be free drinks, isn't it?
Yeah. So I want you ready at 1:30, shaved, and put your best suit on.
Oh, blimey, V.
Never mind, blimey, V. And stay off the hill this morning. I don't want you breathing beer fumes all over me when they're giving me car.
Our car, woman. Who was it who won it, eh? Who is the husband of the year? Me. I am your husband, so don't play me well, forget it.
As if I could. But it's not for want of trying.
Well, they don't wrap it up, do they? Makes you realise what a big step emigrating is. Leaving everything behind and starting from scratch again.
Oh, I never thought it'd be a picnic.
Yes, and listen. I'm not going to rush you into anything. I'm just asking you to think about it, that's all.
I have been thinking about it. But I thought about little else since you first mentioned it.
Well, you needn't worry about me talking you into it, because I'm not. I reckon it'd be a mug's game unless we were both 100% for it.
In fact, the more I think about it, the more I fancy it.
You do?
Listening to Ian talk about it sounds pretty good to me. And neither of us afraid of hard work.
You know, I reckon I could do well in Australia.
If they'll let us in.
From what I can see, we're in for a great chance.
Do you know what makes me think we ought to go?
What?
Nicky. I keep thinking, what sort of a future is there for him here? I mean, what's it going to be like in 10 years or so when he's leaving school? Might even be worse than it is now. I think we ought to go.
Oh, that'd be great, won't it, eh? A new country and a new climate. Remember last winter? Wouldn't it be great just to get away from that? Ah, it'll be a new life, girl, you know. Not just for us, but for Nicky as well. Maybe we could have a little sister for her.
Hang on, let's get there first. You know what the biggest snag's going to be, don't you? Your mum.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I don't think my mum will mind too much. I mean, you know Audrey. She'll just think it's a great place to come for her holiday. Anyway, she's got Alf. But your mum, you're all she's got, Brian. You and Nicky.
That's true, love.
So, if you're serious about emigrating, you'll have to tell Ivy.
Look, maybe we should leave for a bit, eh? Let's get this application in first.
Brian, there's no point in putting it off. If she finds out and you haven't told her, she'll go spare. Tell her. Tell her what you're thinking. Tell her today.
Kelvin Street, number 11.
What about it?
That's this woman who wants to shift her whole bedroom suite. Says she'll stop in till you get there and then she's going shopping. Well, come on, get your skates on. And if you tear her new wallpaper bringing this stuff down the stairs, she's going to swing for both of you.
Seems very comprehensive to me.
Go on, Curly. See you, Sally.
Yeah.
Hey up. Hey up, you've got a visitor. Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, listen, we don't mind you chatting up our secretary, but do not stop her from working, eh? And if the phone rings, do leave go of her so she can answer it.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Taking a car on a test run after it's been in for a service. So I thought, may as well test drive up here. Because I wanted to know, have you got any plans for tonight?
Tonight? Oh, yeah, I have.
Oh.
I'm going out with you, so where are you going to take me?
Well, fancy a quiet night in myself. You know, seeing we've got the house to ourselves with Mrs. Ogden being away on holiday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, could organise a Chinese takeaway. Could organise a bottle of wine as well if you fancied it.
Ooh, I know what you've got in mind. And before you deny it, the answer's yes.
Are you sure I'm not taking all your silver?
No, we've plenty of.
Everybody's been handing out £5 and £10 notes this morning. I don't know, there must be plenty of money about. Hello.
Good morning, yes, there is plenty of money about for some. You know Vera Duckworth's won a brand new car, don't you?
I did hear something about it.
Does it make you sick? Now, why couldn't it have been me? There's no justice, is there?
Did you enter the competition?
Me? No, you know me, I haven't got the patience.
Just give you slightly more chance of winning, you know.
I did hear something about it being, having the perfect husband or husband of the year or something. Well, I mean, that can't be right, can it? Not Mr. Duckworth. I must get back. I've left Rita on her own back.
I love her. If Jack Duckworth is husband of the year, then I'll tell you, my elf is Champion the Wonder Horse.
Ma'am, come and sit down a minute, will you?
Oh, right.
I want a quiet word.
Oh, dear. Somewhat the matter?
No, I've just got a bit of news, that's all.
You're expecting again?
No, I'm not. You're as bad as Brian. He keeps going on about a little sister for Nicky. And the thing is, me and Brian are thinking of making a move.
Oh.
In fact, we're thinking of emigrating to Australia.
To Australia? You couldn't have picked anywhere further away, could you?
Well, how do you feel about it?
Oh, love it. I'll miss you, lovely. I'll miss you like mad. And Brian and Nicky. Oh. Still, it's your life, lovely, if that's what you want to do. I'll have to get round Alfie, won't I? See if he'll stomp up the fare so I can come and see you.
Hey, Phyllis. What? Has Gail said anything to you about emigrating? Emigrating? Shh. I just heard her talking to her mum. Just really, she said.
Oh, I've got a grandson in Australia.
Yes.
Our Craig. What does everybody want to go emigrating for? Why can't they stay where they've been put?
All right, come in. Aye, mate. Here, cup hold it up. We'll come and have some dinner with you.
Nice one. Grab a chair. There's plates in the kitchen.
Don't need plates, not for fish and chips.
Yeah, yes, you do. I don't want to mess. I want to keep this place straight while Hilda's away.
Right, I'll get some plates. Tell him the plan. Here, Kev. How does this grab you, eh? Soft lights, sweet music, a few drinks, nice birds.
Hey, where's this?
Here tonight. Too good to miss, eh?
No way. You're not having a rave up here.
No, Kev. It's not a rave up. It's a very sophisticated party, very select. Just us, that's all. And the birds, mate. Don't forget them.
Sorry, lads. I would have loved it, but I'm taking Sally out tonight.
No, you're not. You invited her round here, she told us. The party's her idea, isn't it? Oh, come on, Kev. It'll be a great night. And anyway, I've invited Tina now.
Oh, you shouldn't have, should you? You should have gone counting your chickens, mate.
Birds, Kev, not chickens. Chickens turn into old boilers. Now, are we on or not? I mean, Sally fancies it. The party was her idea. That's why we come round to get it organised. Yeah, and while we're arguing, the chips are going cold.
Yeah, okay. If Sally fancies a party, be
Good luck.
okay.
Here, have a chip, mate. No, they're mine. I know that. You don't think I'd offer him mine, do you?
Hey, you've got to bring a bird to this party as well, or else you can't come. Your own bird. We don't want you to have a pink charge.
Yeah, chips are one thing. Girlfriends are another. Don't worry, lads. I've got a very nice bird all lined up.
Hey, Jack, come here a minute. Doesn't he look nice in his best suit, eh? Couldn't you just dip him in chocolate, eh?
Come on, tell us how your Vera won this card.
It was me what won it. Our Vera had nothing to do with it. I did the competition and I sent it in.
In that case, how come she's getting the car?
Well, because like a right Burke, I went and put her name down on the entry form, didn't I?
Well, that was a damn silly thing to do.
I know that.
Well, why did you do it then?
Well, because it was a woman's magazine, and they wanted the wives to do the competitions.
Well, you're not a wife, are you? It could be illegal, could this? In my opinion, you're not entitled to win this, Carl.
I didn't, you pudding. Our beer it is. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Simmer down, simmer down. What me and Reet want to know is this. If, according to this competition, you are now, what is it? Playmates of the month? No, husband of the year.
How the heck did you win that?
Yeah, well, they have these special qualities, you see, and you had to put them down from 1 to 10.
Qualities in the ideal husband, you mean? Such as what? Considerate, loving, faithful,
dependable, athletic, passionate, romantic.
I'd rather not talk about my private life, if you don't mind.
Hello, Rita. Would you like a drink?
No, thanks.
Pint of bitter, please. I was hoping I might find you in here. Not seen a lot of you. Not since me and Jenny moved into the flat.
I had noticed. And I just came to the conclusion there can't have been anything you wanted to say.
1 pint of bitter.
Thank you. Sure you won't have one?
No, thanks. Have to get back to the shop. See you, Bet.
Bye, Rita.
I still fancy Sydney, yeah. Don't know why, but anyway, Gail, she wants to go to Perth.
Well, she's right. You know, we could end up neighbours.
Yeah. That's why I want to see my mum, you see, to break the news to her.
Oh, do you want me to tell her? I reckon I'll be around when she finishes work.
Don't you say a word, whatever you do.
She won't like the idea,
Oh,
right?
God, understatement of the year.
You're not looking forward to this presentation business, are you? I can tell. Oh, yes. When you've seen as many men waiting to go into action as I have, you know the signs. The sweating, the twitching, the smell of naked fear.
Give it a rest, Percy.
I'll tell you what. Me and Perce will come with you to this presentation. A bit of support, like.
Oh, no, you know you can't, because it's invitation only, you see.
Jack, let's be having you. I think I just heard your invitation. You've been supping, haven't you? After all I said.
Well, give it a rest, woman.
You dare show me up at this door. Just you dare. Hey, Vera. Do you know, some women have it all. Not just a shiny new car, but the husband of the year as well.
You know you had to make this slogan up, don't you? Well, it should have been me, really, saying why I thought he was such a wonderful husband.
No, he never mentioned that. What were it then, his slogan?
Well, I don't know, but when they give me that car, I'll find out.
No, I don't want any dinner. I've had me dinner. Yeah? Listen, we're having a party tonight. Kevin Webster's place, 13 Coronation Street. Fancy it? Me? Yeah.
You inviting me?
Yeah.
Oh, great, yeah. What time?
About 8-ish. Now listen, a couple of things. Can you bring a bird?
Oh, no problem there.
Right. As you're in the catering trade, so to speak, we thought you could lay on some food, you know, organise some cakes and pies. Well, you could, couldn't you?
I don't know, how many for?
Well, 8, including you and your girlfriend.
8? I don't know about that.
Look, do you want to come to this thrasher, don't you?
Okay, then I'll bring the food. I'll source it out, all right.
Great. See you tonight.
See you in a bit.
Take care.
Oh, great. Hey, I just fancy a rave up tonight, Phyllis.
They're using you know.
What?
They've only asked you because of your food and that.
Ah, big.
I've had it over the years, people using me.
Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence, anyway.
Hey? Oh, good day. Time for a word?
Yeah, sure. Can I sit down?
Yeah, why not?
Fancy a cuppa?
Yeah, thanks.
Bring us a couple of teas, Phyllis, will you?
Right.
Brian, tell me about your decision.
No, I've decided. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
And you want to head for Perth, I hear? Well, that's just fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
2 teas, love. You're one of them Aussies, aren't you?
Yep.
Oh, I've got a grandson in Australia.
Yeah?
Craig is called.
Right.
His dad took him out there about 4 years ago. He used to write to me regular at first. Now I'm lucky if I get a Christmas card.
That's the only snag. All the moaning there's going to be.
Well, Brian's doing very well, isn't he? I mean, he's got his own business. And Gail, I thought they were settled. What's brought it on, anyway?
I don't know. I suppose they think they'll do better in Australia.
Oh, well, maybe they're right. Where's that going to leave you, though? I mean, you're going to miss them, aren't you?
Like losing a leg. I mean, they're all I've got, aren't they, Gail, little Nicky?
Nee, how do you mean, all you've got?
Oh, not forgetting you, lovey. I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, you know, they're my own flesh and blood. Still, if that's what she wants to do, I'm not going to try and stop her.
You must get fed up being stuck in here day after day, night after night.
Yeah, at least I get paid for it. Unlike those who stand on your side of the bar night after night.
Yeah, but you must need a break from it. I mean, what do you do on your night off?
Not a lot.
It's a shame that, knockout-looking girl like you. Yeah, that reminds me. There's a
great party coming off soon.
Oh, yeah, when's that?
When's your night off?
No, you tell me when this party is.
Well, if I was to say tomorrow night?
Oh, that's a real shame. I'm going to miss it, because my night off's tonight.
That's lucky, because this party's tonight and all.
Oh, you're a crafty devil, you.
Only when I have to be. This promises to be the party of the year, the Weatherfield Jet Set.
Is there such a thing?
Well, why don't you come to the party with me and find out?
Go on, then I will. What have I got to lose? Come to think of it, that might be a very silly question.
Straight the cameras.
Suppose a pint's out of the question, love.
If we can just give our winner a tiny respite, there'll be all the time in the world for pictures. Come along, Mrs. Duckworth. You too, Mr. Duckworth.
Me?
But of course, you're the man who's made all these possibles.
Hey, have you sussed out where ladies' toilet is? I mean, it's not desperate. I think it's all excitement, you know.
Yes, we'll look into the question of facilities later. Mr. Duckworth. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think we should present the star prize in the Women's Choice nationwide contest to find the reader with the husband of the year. Here she is, the lucky lady, Mrs. Vera Duckworth. Of the literally thousands of competition entries, only 4 managed to put in the correct order the attributes or qualities which our panel of judges considered went to make the ideal husband. That ideal husband is also with us today, Mr. Jack Duckworth, who has reluctantly taken a few hours off work to be with us. As I said, 4 contestants, including Mrs. Duckworth, had an all-correct entry. Mrs. Duckworth clinched first place with her brilliant tie-breaking slogan. As you so persuasively put it, Mrs. Duckworth, my husband is husband of the year because... Would you remind us of your prize-winning effort?
Me?
It's no good asking her, love, because the memory is gone. It's got something to do with her age, you know.
Never mind. I have it here. My husband is husband of the year because right from the day we were married, he has made my life one long honeymoon.
I don't know why you had to open your mouth anyway.
Well, all I said was you had the house to yourself.
Yeah, well, you know what Terry's like. He takes advantage.
Well, if you don't want to have a party, don't have one.
It's too late now. I've said I will. It's not that I don't want a party anyway. It's just that...
What?
Well, I was looking forward to being on our own, me and you.
Well, we'll be on our own after the party, won't we?
Oh, yeah. Can't see us getting rid of Terry and that lot before midnight.
Well, it don't matter how late it is. I've told my mum we'll be stopping away tonight. I said I was staying at Lois's house.
He's made my life one long honeymoon.
Ah, get a rest, will you?
Now, Mrs. Duckworth, come and take possession of your prize. Oh. I have great pleasure, on behalf of Women's Choice, in handing over to you the keys of your exciting new car.
I would be better off giving me them. You see, the wife can't drive.
No, but I'll be taking lessons.
Now, there's a thought. Perhaps we could do a feature on your progress, Mrs. Duckworth, an article on how you learn to drive. Will Mr. Duckworth be teaching you?
Will I, Ella's like?
No, they do say driving lessons put a strain on the marital relationship, don't they? What a thoughtful man you are, Mr. Duckworth. Oh, Clive, come and keep me company.
What do you want to learn to drive for? It's murder on them roads today.
Look, you can save your breath, because I'm learning. I've sent for my provisional licence.
Well, that's daft, innit? You've got a ready-made show for me.
Look, I've told you it's mine, and you're not touching it. My husband has made my life one long honeymoon, you lying toad.
Shh. All right, so it was a lie, but that lie won us this car.
Look, forget about the us. It's mine.
I am just as entitled as you. More. And if you don't let me drive it, how are you going to get it home? Clever clogs.
Well, ring out Terry and tell him to drive it home for me. Ha!
You are getting right up my beat now, you miserable old ratbag.
Now we must have a loving kiss for the camera. Come along, Mr. Duckworth, don't be bashful.
Now, you'll let me know straight away, won't you, if Terry tries anything?
What sort of thing?
Well, you know, funny business. I mean, he's all right as a partner, Terry. He's got lots of go on that. He's dead unscrupulous when it comes to women.
Nice chap, mate. Good.
Look, as you know, I bend over backwards not to be a male chauvinist. I am not your macho sexist pig who regards women as his personal property.
Oh, aren't you? I didn't know that.
Look, are you trying to wind me up or something?
You've no need to worry about Terry. It's not my type.
Yeah, but I am though, aren't I?
Oh, quite like you. You're unique. You're the only one of your kind in the entire world.
I'll get that.
Good evening, come on in.
How you doing?
In the back.
Got a few meat and potato pies, some cakes, but a bit battered. You know.
Okay, I'll go down the same road.
Suppose I do, yeah.
You know, Sally?
Hey, Sally, this is Jane.
Oh, yeah. Come and have a drink. We've got martini and cider, or cider or martini.
Cheers. Go on, through.
What be invited them for? They're only kids.
Well, it's Terry's fault. Anyway, we brought the grub. Good evening. Come on in.
Right, here we come.
This is where it's at. Good evening.
The action starts right here.
You mean this is it?
Hello, Gloria. Are you with Terry?
We said we were going to a party for the Weatherfield jet set. Could have been worse, I suppose. Could have been a petrol station.
Fancy a Sedini?
Pardon?
A Sedini, it's the in-drink with the Weatherfield jet set.
We got enough glasses? Right, I forgot my ale. I want my ale.
Hello? Sorry I'm late, love.
I've just got Nicky to sleep. Where have you been?
Got called out in the breakdown. Anything to eat?
There's liver and bacon in the oven, but it'll be a bit dried up.
Oh, that'll do, love. I'm just going to clean myself up.
What did Ivy say?
I've not seen her.
Brian!
It's not my fault, love. Look, I called round to see, but she was out shopping or something.
Well, I've told my man. And Ian knows, doesn't he? So if he says something to her...
He won't, don't worry. Listen, when I've cleaned myself up, when I've had something to eat, I'll go and tell her. All right?
On your back, sir.
Sorry, mate.
Are we having a dance or what?
Well, we're certainly not having what?
Pardon?
Forget I spoke.
We're dancing then?
Well, there's not really a lot of space, is there? You know, the last time I was at a party like this, I was about 15. I don't think I should be here.
Well, it's different, isn't it? I mean, what else would you be doing? Just sitting at home watching the telly?
Oh, no, not necessarily. I could always go down to the Senior Citizens Club and sign on. Honestly, I feel old just being here.
Look, relax. The night's young. Enjoy yourself.
Not much of a party, is it, eh?
It's all right.
Music's a bit geriatric, though, isn't it, eh? Yeah, see if I can find anything better. Wish everyone would go home.
Oh, just contain yourself.
Listen, as soon as I start walking home.
We've only just got here.
How does this grab you?
Oh, go on then.
Because he has what? Because he has made my life one long honeymoon. May God forgive you.
Go on, that's right. Tell 'em all. Make me a laughing stock. I want that flipping car for you, and what the thanks do I get, eh?
When it comes down to it, lads, that car was won by false pretences and deception. In other words, fraud.
Don't start.
Plus also, and as well, forgery. Since, and correct me if I'm wrong, you falsely signed your wife's name to the entry form.
Yeah, he did. So shut up, mithering you, or else laugh bobbies on you. Hey, I better go check that car, you know. I don't want anybody interfering with it.
Now listen here, Percy. Just mind your own business, will you, and stop stirring it.
I shall say whatever I want. That's the right of every Englishman, free speech.
Hey, I don't want anybody scratching it. Hey, how we could rent a garage or something, eh?
I'm not in no garages.
Do you know any driving instructors? Well, I'll have a think. What you need is somebody young, good-looking and passionate. Hey, and if you can drive and all, that's just the job.
I'll teach you to drive, woman.
Oh, no, you won't. Not with your record. You'll be no good. No, I want proper driving lessons.
Oh, by the time you get your flipping licence, that car'll be for rust.
Oh, hello. Are you joining us? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what are you having? Oh, no, it's my shout. Lager over?
Yes, please.
And a pint of G&T, right?
It's a really nice lad, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. He's going back to Australia, though, so I don't actually miss him, you know.
I bet it's him who's put the idea into our Brian and Gail's head. Not that I'm blaming him, man. Nor them come to that, if that's what they want.
Yeah, well, they don't make their minds up about those things on the spur of the moment, do they? I mean, they must have thought about it for a while. Anyway, happening onto a good thing. You know, they're young enough to start again, aren't they?
I'm not with you.
When they get to Australia.
Brian and Gail?
Yeah, well, it's only them that's thinking of emigrating, isn't it?
Emigrating? What do you mean? Hey, Ian, these seem to have got idea that our Brian and Gail won't emigrate.
Well, hasn't Brian been to see you?
Well, it's not true, is it?
He said he was going to tell you.
Sorry, Ivy, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't know. I have Just excuse me.
Hey, Sleepy Beauty, you stopping up there all day or what?
Do I have a choice?
No, worse luck.
Guess who?
Me lodger. Card, Mrs. O.
Hey, she's having a nice time.
Smashing. Says she can't wait to see me at weekend, and I hope I'm coping all right on my own.
Oh, well, you're not doing so bad for yourself.
Oh, well, I've no complaints.
Me neither. Hey, do you know, I can't remember the last time I had a nice cup of tea brought up to me in bed. No. Hiya, kid. Hey, what do you reckon then? Is this a new car? Yeah. Oh. Hey, it's a little Bella. Oh, it's very nice. Yeah. Hey, come and sit in it. No, I won't if you don't mind, because, well, I'm in a bit of a hurry. Carl hadn't turned up this morning, so I'm having to do his round.
It's got the lot of this, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, hop in there, show you. Come on.
So, has Brian seen it?
Brian?
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows more about cars than I do.
Hey, Brian. What do you reckon then?
Hey.
My car.
Cheerio.
Hey, I haven't worked out how you get to engine yet, but I bet you'll know.
Not now, very lovely. I want to talk to my mum.
If you're not interested.
It's not that I'm not in... Hello, Mum. You're not off already, are you?
I've got to go to house.
But, Mum, hang on a sec, Mum. I want a word.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it, Brian?
I know what Audrey said. And
Audrey, Ian, you name it. It seems the old blooming world knows that my only son's swanning off to Australia, except me, Joe Muggins.
Mum, can we go inside?
I've told you. I've got to put my order in. Besides, Brian, I've got my own life to think of now, haven't I?
Mum?
Well, what did you expect?
I'm sorry, girl. Honest, you know, I could have bitten my tongue off when I saw Ivy's face. I felt sure Brian would have told her about you emigrating by then.
Yes, well, he was going to, wasn't he? But what with one thing and another, he never got round to it. It's not going to make it any easier now, is it? Her having found out the way she did.
You'll have to tell me.
Honestly, when Ian phoned and told me what had happened, I nearly dropped.
Well, he tried to cover up for you, actually. He told Ivy he thought you were just thinking about it. I don't think it made any difference then.
No, well, it wouldn't, would it? Great night out we're going to have tonight, aren't we?
Yeah?
We're planning a night out tonight. Me, Brian, Ivy and Ian.
Oh, tonight? You don't want me babysitting tonight, do you? Might be a bit
It's all
awkward.
right, I've got Maureen coming round. Am I looking forward to it?
Oh, I can imagine. Gail, listen, I know how Ivy feels, I really do, but don't let her turn this situation to her advantage.
I'm not with you.
Well, as I said before, it's your lives, and good luck to you, if it's what you want to do, but don't let Ivy or anybody else talk you out of it, will you?
Thanks, Mum.
Neil.
So, Brew, you're after you too early.
No, it isn't. I just had to get out of the house, didn't I? Every time I look through the window there, it is staring at me.
What?
That car, my car, what a one.
Wrong. It's not your car, it's my mum's car, what she has got possession of.
She's spending more time on that car, she is on me.
That's because she thinks a damn sight more of it than she does of you.
Yes, but if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have a car, would she?
Look, I have told you the answer.
What?
Look, I've told you. I've got your nice offer all lined up. All you've got to do is get her to sell it.
Hey, we've got that Freeman job fixed up for Friday. I said we've got that...
I heard you.
Well, I thought you'd be dead chuffed.
Well, I am. It's just that I've got other things on my mind right now.
Like what?
Like tonight.
Tonight? We've got nothing on for tonight.
Ah, you might not have, but I've definitely got plans.
What are you on about?
In case it escaped your notice, I did get on rather well with a certain young lady last night.
Gloria? Gloria?
Well, you didn't seem to make much progress to me.
Ah, that's how much you know, innit? You didn't walk her home, did you?
You and Gloria? Do me a favour, she's got more taste.
Well, I know Gloria and him left the party, but
Like putty in my hands.
You lying crow.
That girl is like a tigress when she gets going. She's like a forest fire waiting for somebody to strike the match. You know, I thought I knew it all, but I reckon that girl must have wrote the book. My only problem now is how to pick it up, where we left off. Hey, listen, you don't reckon that my mum would lend us a car for tonight, do you? Hey?
Right, I'm off then. Hey, Dolly Daydream, I said I'm off.
Well, we've got another 10 minutes yet, haven't we?
I know that, I just thought I'd slip home for a bit.
We'll see you later then.
Oh, okay then, see ya. See you, Kate. I think you were supposed to say, hang on a minute, Vera, I'll be right with you.
What for?
Because to get to her front door, you just happen to have to pass this shiny new chariot that she's just dying to tell you about the umpteenth time.
Yeah, well, happens some of us have got more important things to think about.
So how's it going then?
What, hairdressing?
Yeah.
Well, you know Audrey, she don't do more than Chester.
Oh, she wanted to be independent.
Well, she is in her own little way, like, but she don't do much, you know. But still, she's happy as Larry. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Oh, aye.
You said you were here?
Yes, well, I was just going to...
No, you weren't. And you're not going anywhere till you've heard what I've got to say.
Now, listen, Brian.
No. You listen to me. For starters, didn't intend you to find out the way you did.
What difference does it make how I found out, Brian? It don't change out, does it?
Yes, it does. I was hoping you might try and understand.
Understand? Brian, I'm about to lose the only family I've got, and you ask me to understand.
We're not exactly vanishing off the face of the earth, you know.
Well, you might as well be. Australia's not exactly a tenpenny bus ride away, is it?
Look, Mum, it's not been easy for us either, you know. I mean, we can think of a dozen reasons why we shouldn't go.
So why are you?
Because we can think of a damn sight more why we should. Especially for Nicky's sake.
Oh, Nicky. Oh, and you think he wants Carty to other side of the world, do you?
I'm thinking of his future, Mum. What you going to have to look forward to here in 20 years' time?
A damn sight more than me and your father had at his age, and that's for sure. There is nothing wrong with this country, Brian, if folk will buckle down and get on with it. And if you think you're going to have an easy time
We don't,
over there...
Mum, we don't! We know we're going to have a fight in our hands, right? But we happen to think it'll be worth it. Look, Mum, I know all this has come as a bit of a shock to you, but we're not exactly planning on going tomorrow, you know. I mean, we haven't even got the application in yet. So, it's going to give you time to get used to the idea.
If I live to be 100, Brian, I'll never get used to the idea. Not losing my family to other side of the world.
Come in. What is going on?
I've been on.
Hey, what's up?
I've been slung out, Anta, that's what's up.
Slung out?
I walked into a back door right into this big row with my mum. I've never seen her so mad. I thought she were going to kill me.
Why?
Well, I told her I was stopping at a mate's house last night. She only bumped into her mum. I hope Aunt Sally behaved herself. I hope she was no trouble. I walked straight into it. We had this big row and she gave us me marching orders. Said if I was so happy where I was last night, I could just go back and stop that.
Perhaps when she's had time to cool off.
You don't know my mum. What am I going to do, Kev?
Well, tonight's no problem. You can stop here again.
And then what?
We'll worry about that tomorrow.
Same again?
Yeah.
Not for me. If I don't get back, neighbours will have me for a floor cloth. See you, Peter Olive.
Hello, Mel. You're not off, are you?
Yes, why?
You haven't got 5 minutes, have you?
I'm sorry, Alan. I'm late as it is.
I see.
Not wrong, is it?
Wrong.
You and Jenny?
No, everything's fine. I'd just like to talk to you, that's all. How about later on? Say, 6 o'clock in here?
Well, if it means that much to you.
It does, eh?
All right. See you in here later on.
Look, Brian, I really am sorry if I dropped you in it. I know what I said about keeping stum, but what could I do when she asked me straight out?
I'm not blaming you, mate. It's my fault if it's anybody's. I should have made time to see you.
No hard feelings, then?
No danger.
Well, that's a relief. I was beginning to think the night was about to fly out the window, and if there's one thing you do get right in England, it's food. Well, almost.
Flipping heck.
Something wrong?
Tonight.
Thought you'd booked the table.
Oh, yeah, booked the table, but I've gone and took a rush job on before dinner. Sorry, mate, there's no way I can make it tonight.
Oh, well, if you booked the table, perhaps just the three of us
I
could,
think
you know.
you can forget me mum as well. I don't think she's in the mood to go anywhere.
No, perhaps not. No, well, another time, maybe.
Look, Gail hasn't made any other plans for tonight, and she doesn't know I can't make it yet.
Me and Gail, you mean?
You could save me life, mate. I know how much she was looking forward to it.
Well, I'm game if she is. I can ask her, I suppose.
Is it something I've said?
No.
Oh, come on, Jack, I know you're better than that. For some reason, I seem about as popular with you as wet socks.
If you really want to know, I'm surprised, amazed. Laid you down for a girl with a little bit more class.
Oh, thank you very much. If you just knew what you were talking about.
Well, I just thought you'd set your sights a little bit higher than our Terry, didn't I?
Your Terry, what about him?
I heard about last night.
I went to a party with him, yeah, what's up with that?
It's what happened after, innit?
Nothing happened after.
Well, that's not the way our Terry's telling it.
Oh, yeah? How is he telling it?
Nothing happened.
He never got past the front door, now what's he been saying?
Look, I can understand you want to keep us a bit quiet, you know, especially with a lot like our Terry. Now, don't you worry. I will not breathe a word to a living soul.
Jack!
Look, I don't want to cause no trouble, woman. Just forget I mentioned it, eh?
Looking for me, love?
Afraid not.
Oh, story of my life.
Fancy a cuppa?
Oh, wouldn't say no.
What brings you here?
Tonight.
Tonight?
We're going out for a meal, remember?
Don't say you can't make it.
Well, I can, but it looks like I'm the only one who can.
Hmm?
Well, Brian's got a rush job in. He'll be working late. He told me to tell you. And Ivy's in no mood to let her hair down right now.
I'll throttle Brian, he promised.
Well, it couldn't be helped. He feels about as you do, believe me.
I bet he does. I was really looking forward to it and all.
Well, if you'll settle for me...
You mean you and me?
That was Brian's idea.
Right. You're right.
You know, it's surprising how many folk fall for it.
Percy, would you mind telling us what you're going on about?
Hairdressers.
What about them?
Offering cheap rates for pensioners. I mean, it's no skin off your nose, is it? Offering them cheap rates, it's only to get folk in when they're not busy. Doesn't matter whether they're 6 or 60.
So?
So why don't you knock a bit off everybody, regardless of age? Say on a Tuesday morning or whenever you happen to be a bit slack.
Oh, and who'll be first in the queue but Mr. Percy Sugden, eh?
Well, happen I might not. It was just a thought.
If it's a cheap haircut you're after, why didn't you say so?
You'd knock it a bit off.
For you, certainly. I mean, with the bit you've got, you wouldn't even have to take your cap off, would you? Yes, Kev.
2 bottles of lager, take out, please.
You haven't seen anything of your mate on your travels, have you?
Curly?
Terry.
No, but, nothing he'll be round. Especially after last night, eh?
Yeah, so I heard.
Just a minute, young man, I've got a message for you.
Hey?
From your family. They send their love and they hope it won't be too long before you can pop down to see them.
Oh, they're still on this planet, are they? I've not heard from them since Christmas.
Yes, they are. And Elaine's doing very nicely, you know. I mean, you can't be too careful with the first one, especially at her age.
First one?
Yeah.
Kitty, love, Kitty.
You mean Elaine's expecting a baby?
That's right.
Well, it's nice of them to let me know, innit?
Hello, love.
Why?
Hey, up, Tiger. You had a good day, then?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Come on now, I need that table. Just look at them hands. Enough muck on them to grow potatoes. Get upstairs and wash them.
Ian saw you, did he? About tonight.
Yes, he did.
You going?
Well, why not? I was looking forward to it and all, you know.
I'm sorry, love. It was a job I just couldn't afford to turn down.
Yes, well, not exactly the evening I was hoping for. To make the most of it, won't I?
Thanks. You're an angel.
How long have you got?
Oh, not long. The sooner I get back, the sooner I get finished.
You saw Ivy, I gather.
Yes. Yeah, I saw her. She made me feel about that big. Going on about how she'd be losing all things that matter to her, like a son and a grandson.
She's not going to make it easy for you, you know.
I know, love, but you've got to admit it when you look at it from her point of view.
My mum's losing a lot as well.
Your mum's got Alf. When we go, my mum has got no one.
It's our life, Brian.
There's always another way. We could always think about taking her with us.
Sell it.
But it makes sense, Fee.
Not to me, it doesn't. But you can save your breath, Jam, learn to drive, and that's it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have driving lessons, am I?
Well, you'll change your tune, haven't you?
Look, if you just give your tonsils a rest, there's a little fella all set to do us a good deal.
Look, how many times do I have to tell you?
We could buy another little car, and with your share, what you'll have left over, you could pay for your driving lessons, couldn't you?
My share?
Yeah, we could split the profit down the middle.
Now listen to me, Jack Duckworth. That is my car and I'm keeping it. I don't want to hear any more talk about selling it. Because if I do, it'll be your school that'll be split down the middle. Savvy?
Should we take the weight off our feet?
Well, I can't stop long. Just off at pictures with Mavis and Emily.
I won't keep you long. Excuse me.
know you're here?
Yeah, she does, as a matter of fact. Look, Rita, whatever she may have said in the past, I'm sorry, but she's a different kid now. She really is. Well, you must know from the shop.
She's a bit more civil to me, if that's what you mean. Then again, she's no reason to be otherwise, has she? Not anymore.
And if you think she's getting away with murder because she's with me, you're mistaken. She knows exactly how the land lies now. Anyway, I didn't come here to talk about Jenny.
No?
No, I came here to talk about us. Now then, I know that you felt that I'd let you down when you had that bust-up with Jenny.
I thought you might have said one word in my defence.
I never had any choice. I tried to explain to you at the time. One wrong word from me, and all those weeks' work would have gone out the window. She needed to trust me to know I was on her side.
Yeah, so you said.
Look, I know how you must have felt, and I'm sorry, but what mattered most was getting some stability back in Jenny's life again. She desperately needed support from one of us.
Yeah. But that's not the way I saw it at the time, is it? The way I saw it, I'd failed. Failed you, failed Jenny.
But you hadn't. I'm telling you, if it hadn't been for you, God knows what would have happened to that girl.
Just felt so responsible for her. And all of a sudden it seemed as if the whole world was against me.
Well, it wasn't like that, Rita. I promise you it wasn't.
No. I know that now, but like I say, at the time...
Yeah. But as long as we understand each other now...
I think we do.
Good. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes, Chuck?
Fine, please, Bet. Make it a big one.
It's okay, Bet. I'll teach him.
My pleasure.
But it won't be his, that's for sure.
See you later.
Right, you said.
That's right, darling.
So, what have we got planned for tonight, then?
What, you mean you and me?
What else? I mean, after last night.
Well, I don't know about another party,
Who's talking about a party, Terry? I mean, it's afterwards when the night gets interesting, isn't it?
Afterwards?
Don't tell me you've forgotten already.
Oh, hang on a minute, Corey. What are you on about?
It's what you've been on about that bothers me.
Me?
Yes, you, mouth almighty. And you can take that wounded look off your face and all. I'm the one who's been getting the funny looks all day. I'm the one who's suddenly got a reputation that makes Eskimo Nell look like a saint, and it's all down to you, Terry. Well, thanks a lot.
Now, hang on a minute, Gloria.
Just do me a favour, Terry. Next time you get the urge to ask me out, just go and jump in the cut, will you?
I reckon she's gone right off you, Sunshine.
Yeah, and I reckon I'm about to go right off somebody else.
And if you're looking for your old fella, he's just took off as though his shirt tails were on fire. And I reckon the rate he were moving, he could be halfway up the N6 by now. Terry?
Oh, thanks, mate.
No, it's funny.
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking. If I tried to take a mate's missus out back home, I'd probably get my head kicked in. Here's Brian practically begging me.
Lucky you.
Lucky Brian.
Tell me something.
I'm listening.
Why have you never been married? You must have had your chances.
I suppose so.
Hasn't there been anyone?
Once upon a time.
So what happened?
It wasn't meant to be, I guess. We'd known each other a long time. Went through our teens together. She went away to college, then we lost touch for a while. Then we met up again about, 6 years ago.
By which time she was already married.
No, she wasn't. We took up where we left off.
You didn't think enough of her to marry her?
Well, I did, as it happened. For the first time in my life, I was prepared to settle down. We fixed the date, booked the church, the lot. And about a month before it was due to take place, I got a note from her saying, she didn't want to go through with it. Never saw her again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. If I'd have married her, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now, would I?
And there's never been anybody else.
Oh, well. Matter of once bitten, I suppose. Come to think of it, I've never told anyone that tale before. Not as it happened. Well, it wouldn't have done my reputation much good if I got around and been practically stood up at the church, would it?
But why tell me?
Oh, reckon you might understand.
You know, I think you need a woman in your life.
You know, I totally agree with you. Well, don't stop there. I am open to offers.
You watching this?
Is it something I've said?
Eh?
Well, something's bothering you, that's for sure. You've hardly said 2 words since tea time.
It's nothing.
It's something you can't tell me about, you mean?
You must know it's my dad.
Your dad?
I've never been one for writing letters, but not to even tell me he was having a kid.
Did you got round to it?
I'm 200 miles away, but still thought it was one in the family.
Well, you are.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
You're a sight closer to your family than I am to mine right now. At least they didn't chuck you out on the street. It's hard for letting us stop here, Kev. Don't know what I'd have done. Gone to a mate's, I suppose.
I'm your mate.
More than that. Do you know, I could get used to this.
So could I. Don't reckon Mrs. O would go too much on the idea, though. What are you going to do when she gets back?
I know what I'm not going to do.
What?
I'm not going to worry about it tonight.
Are you sure you won't have anything with it?
It's spinning as it is. I knew we shouldn't have had that other bottle of wine.
You know, I don't think you let your hair down often enough.
Well, I don't get much time to, do I? And if Brian isn't working, he's too tired. Or I am. Anyway, thanks for a lovely evening.
Well, it isn't over yet. Yeah, it's a pity Brian couldn't make it.
It might sound like you mean it. So, when are you going back?
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No. I'm surprised you stayed as long as you have. Thought it was a flying visit.
Well, it does have its attractions around here, you know.
Oh?
Well, it does for me, anyway. Gonna miss you, you know.
Yes. We'll miss you as well.
No. I said I was gonna miss you.
Well, if we do come to Australia.
I'll be waiting. You can be sure of that.
How many times do I have to tell you? You want to play with that outside.
Hey there, lad. Hey, what you got there, Benny? Come on.
Brian, how am I supposed to get through to him not to play with that in here?
Sorry, son. I just don't understand, do they? Here, take your ball. Go on outside. I'll get that, look. Hello? Yeah, you up there, lad? A favour from me? Hey, listen, if it's a star and roll in one of them dodgy videos you peddle around, you can forget it. So what can I do for you? Yeah, Aston Martin, they're very tasty. Yeah, if you want me to, where is it? Edinburgh? It's a bit far, that, mate. Well, when you put it like that. Listen, I'm making no promises, mind. Yeah, you're all right, then, about 1. See you then. Ta-da. Mark Siddle.
From the squash club?
Yeah, he's got the chance of an Aston Martin, low mileage. Sounds like a snip. He wants me to give it the once-over.
What was that about Edinburgh?
Well, that's where it is.
You're not thinking of going?
Why not?
It's not exactly the other side of the Red Wreck, you know.
I know. We'll have to stop over. We'll take care of all that. And, love, there'll be a few quid in our pockets for the trouble. Not short of a bob or two, you know.
What about the garage?
Well, there's nothing Kev can't handle.
Brian, last night you were so busy you couldn't even spare a couple of hours to come out with me and Ian.
Love, that was a rush job. It's finished now. Anyway, I could do with a break. I've seen no else but the inside of that garage for weeks.
Well, I suppose if you want to go.
I said I'll just think about it, didn't I?
Is that the lot?
Yeah, think so. You look all right in here?
Yeah. What time did she reckon she'd be back?
She didn't say, so we better look sharp just in case.
I suppose so.
Look, if it was me, you could stop here forever, you know that. But you know, Mrs. O, if she lands home and finds you here...
I only hope my mum's gone off the boil.
Lovely then. You get that food down, you win me some races. Here's a little lump for the daddy. He's in lovely. Right, that's my pigeons done. Get a quick cuppa, get down to the Rovers, get that much sorted.
Are you sure you're feeling all right?
Never felt better.
Jack, you've been up since crack of dawn.
Aye, and it's a different world, I can tell you.
Oh, well, it's not your world neither, so just tell me, what's up?
Well, I just want to get done early, don't I? Like, with you being off work today, like.
Well, I've been off work before, but you never took a turn like this.
Yes, but you've never had your provisional licence before, eh?
Oh, aye, so that's it.
No, I just reckoned if I could get done early, I might be able to see my way clear to giving you a little bit of instruction, like.
Well, we all know what your instruction would be. Straight round to the nearest dealer to swap my car for a clapped out old banger, just so you can line your pockets.
The thought never entered my head.
Liar.
All right. Maybe I reckoned it made more sense to get something a little bit cheaper, but you were dead against it.
You did right, Sam.
Look, do you want to learn to drive or don't you? You're going to sit there staring at that till you wear the words off it.
You can pick some very nasty habits up, you know, learning from wrong folk.
Wrong folk? What, with my experience?
Exactly.
There you go. Was that else?
How else? Give over. I'll be paying for this for days. Do you know, I might as well apply that directly to my hips. Still, I never could resist the cream crisp. See ya.
Could. See you.
Well, if you just got to pass the time of day, some of us have got work to do.
Oh, well, if you don't want Nicky's hair cutting.
I thought you said you couldn't today.
Well, I can now, that's what I've come to tell you. I was hoping we may go a ride out, but trying to get Alf out of that shop is like trying to separate him from his breath. So any time this afternoon.
Tom, I'll see you later.
See you later, Robert.
You couldn't do me a favour, could you?
Yeah, where is it?
Could you drop a bit of bananas in that shop and I'll pick it up tomorrow?
Of course I can.
Oh, darling, I'll go and get
Maple
it.
List.
Thanks.
Hello.
Good.
Hi. Can we do for you?
Well, right now, I guess I'll settle for 2 teas.
Oh, God. Two.
Well, you do get a tea break, don't you? From what I read back home, you seem to do very little else over here.
Cheeky devil, you better not let my husband hear you talking like that.
Brian, neither. Yeah, I'll take the weight off my feet for a bit.
Yeah.
Martin, can we have a couple of teas?
Yeah.
Brew a fresh pot.
Just wanted to let you know how much I enjoyed last night.
Me too. Thanks.
Well, me, you should be thanking you. I can't remember when I enjoyed a meal so much. Or the company.
Yes, well, I think you made that quite clear.
I meant what I said, you know, about Australia. I'll be waiting for you.
There you go. Thanks a lot.
You might have a long wait. Brian's only just put the application in.
Well, I happen to think some things are worth waiting for. Don't you?
See you later. See you later, Lovey. That's if you can tear yourself away from Mr. Muscles here.
So, you don't know what time you're due back then?
Eh?
Hilda!
No idea.
Oh, don't look so worried, love. I mean, you've not wrecked the place whilst you've been away, have you?
I hope don't time that nice. Kev's just getting him in.
What are you having?
No, I'm tired.
Well, didn't go so well then.
Well, I thought I'd cracked it, but you were right. My mum was pleased to see me. But then my dad walked in and it all blew up again, and he's told me to go back where I came from.
So what are you going to do now?
Will you tell me?
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Cheers. Look, Mark, I'm really flattered by your offer, honest. But if it's an Aston Martin you're talking about...
I don't want a copper-bottom guarantee from you, Bri. Just an honest opinion.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought you'd have jumped at it. A couple of days away, we'll have a great time. Mind you, if it's going to cause you bother.
Bother?
At home.
Well, Gail wasn't too chuffed when I mentioned it, but it's up to me, isn't it? I mean, if I want to go, I'll go. Right, you're on.
That's more like it.
So when were you thinking of going?
Sooner the better. Tomorrow'd suit me fine.
I don't see why not. There's nothing at the garage Kevin can't handle. OK, tomorrow it is then. Same again?
Not for me, thanks. Time I wasn't here.
Go on.
Don't worry, we'll make up for it tomorrow night, I promise you. I'll give you a ring, let you know what time I'm picking you up.
Right.
See you, Bright.
Yeah, see you, mate. Well, looks like a cheap round. Sam again in there, please, Gloria.
Well, you might have introduced us.
He's not your type.
I think you might have grown on me. What was that about an Aston Martin?
Yeah, he wants me to go to Scotland to have a look at one for him.
Only look. Oh, no. Definitely not my type. Thanks, Brian. I could have made a right fool of myself there.
So where's your gear now?
I left my bag in the yard, didn't I, in office.
Good thinking, kid.
What?
Well, you might end up kipping there yet.
Oh, thanks, Eddie. Great help you are.
Well, I can't exactly see Mrs. O welcoming her with open arms, can you?
Well, we'll just have to pick our moment, won't we?
Well, best of luck to you, mate. You just watch she doesn't get wind of what's been going on since she's been away. Otherwise, I reckon a pair of you is going to be kipping down in that office.
No danger. I've been through that place with a fine-tooth comb. There's nothing out of place upstairs nor downstairs.
To be hoped.
Oh, no.
What's up?
Well, I was in such a hurry to get out this morning, I've forgotten.
Forgot what?
I washed a pair of tights. I've left them in the bathroom.
Oh, flaming
Well, they might be
Noah.
in your room.
That's all we need, innit? Come on.
Honestly, Betty, Vera Duckworth and that flipping car of hers, she's making me think she'd actually herself.
Oh, she's not still fussing round it.
Fussing round it, she's treating it like a newborn kitten. Give us 2 minutes, she says. Well, that's the last I'll see of her before closing time, so I'll have a bottle of lager. Okay.
I'll get that.
It's all right.
I said I'll get it.
Suit yourself.
I wanted the word anyway.
I don't think there's anything else to be said, is there, Brian?
Will you stop going up his throat every time we open my mouth? It's about Australia.
What else?
Look, Mum, I know the way you feel.
You're still planning on going, though, aren't you? So it don't make no difference, does it?
It does as it happens.
What, do you mean you changed your mind?
No. It's not what I meant.
What are you going on about, then?
Why don't you come with us? Think about it.
Morning, girls.
Good morning.
What do you reckon then?
Vera, it is a car he wants driving, not pouncing up like a fairy grotto.
It'll get driven when I'm good and ready.
Yes, but it won't, will it? Not if we leave it here much longer.
Right?
But if you don't move it, it's going to take flaming roots.
Don't be daft.
Vera, it doesn't do them no good sat there doing nothing, I'm telling you. Lend us the keys, I'll give it a quick whiz round the block, back in less than 5 minutes.
You must think I'm soft or something.
Now, what have I done?
You haven't done no, because you're not getting a chance to. I'll just give it a run round the block. You must think I was born yesterday.
Thank you. Keep your change.
Have you got them?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, heck. Mrs. Hudson?
Hello. Well, what's up? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Oh, I just wasn't expecting home just yet. It's great to have you back.
Oh, thanks, love. Great to be back.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Ta.
So, how was Torquay?
Oh, it was beautiful. Really was. The hotel, the people, everything. Well, you don't seem to have come to much harm.
No, we haven't. Me and Normal, that is out at the moment. Be home like a shot once he knows you're back. Hey, why don't make us a nice cup of tea? You can tell us all about
Oh, I
it.
could murder one. Just give us 2 minutes.
Where you off?
Get me slippers. My feet feel like 2 plates of corned beef.
Yeah, I'll get them. Where are they? Under your bed?
It's all right. I think I can find my way. Not been away that long, you know. Oh, that's better. Now I know I'm home.
Everything all right?
Yeah, why shouldn't it be?
No reason. I tried my best, but can't do it like you do it.
Oh, very good job you've made of it and all. Oh, but you know, I've been waited on hand and foot for a whole week. Never had to lift a finger. But it's true what they say. There's no place like home.
No. Why don't you sit down and tell us all about it?
Thought you said you was putting the kettle on.
Yeah, I did.
Bet you didn't mash the tea though, did you?
No.
No, fellas, honest.
See you later.
Where?
Cafe, about half an hour.
Oh, it was a lovely place though. Right up on the cliffs overlooking this bay. And such a nice lot of people. And I only wish Stan could have been with me though. It's times like this you feel it most. When you see other folk, couples like, you've got nobody to share your thoughts with. Still, I wasn't the only one. And I do make friends easily, although I do say it myself.
Oh, well, as long as you enjoyed yourself.
Oh, I did, love. Here, give us that carrier bag. Got something for you.
Oh, you shouldn't have bothered, Mrs. O.
Yes, I should. Now. There you are. Oh. And don't go supping it all at once.
Thanks. But you shouldn't have bothered. I wasn't expecting nothing.
No, I know you weren't. But you've been that good to me. And I can't tell you what a relief it is to come back and find everything just the way I left it. Oh, if you could have seen some of the things I've come back to in my time.
Donkeys in the backyard, chickens on the table. Still, I didn't expect naught like that from you, Kevin. I knew I could trust you.
Red?
What is the point in paying somebody to tell you where the clutch, the brake, the accelerator is? And you'd be a lot better having somebody by your side who you knew, especially first time out.
What do you reckon?
Could have a point, you know.
Could have your first lesson tonight.
Go on, then.
Yay.
But you raise your voice to me just once, Jack Duckworth, and you'll be walking home.
Give us the keys then, eh?
What for?
Well, I just thought I'd get to know the car, take a quick run round the block.
Well, you thought wrong, didn't you? Arthur is having it this after.
Oh, Terry?
That's right. Well, you was the one that kept going on about it's being stuck in the street, weren't you?
I see. So that's the way the land lies, is it? Well, perhaps you wouldn't mind taking your mother out for the first lesson tonight, then, eh?
Yeah, okay. It's the least I can do, innit?
It's a half joke. You're a little belter.
Yes, Kev.
No thanks, I've just come to see Sally.
Oh, a beautiful like them two, we could all retire.
How did you get on?
I didn't.
What, you've not asked her?
I didn't get a chance, did I? She's going on so much about holidays and how chuffed she was the house was making fun of her. I just didn't get a chance.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I reckon it'd be better if we both asked her.
Both of us?
Yeah, just come out with it like, you know, as though it's just happened.
I don't know, Kevin.
Why, you want to move back in, don't you?
Well, you know I do.
Well, then.
Thank you, Mrs. Lambert. Can you manage? Oh, cheerio now.
Thank you, bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, you don't fancy doing ours after, do you?
You know, I don't fancy doing this, really, do I? It's only since Jack Duckworth stopped, I've no choice, have I? Mind you, at least when I do it myself, I can see through them.
You still open?
I'm not turning customers away, love. Just as long as you don't want the bacon slice.
No, it's just half a dozen eggs out.
Oh, no problem. Can you just give us a couple of seconds, love? Hey, what's this I've been hearing about you in Australia, anyway?
Oh, well, I know where you've got that from, don't I? That mouth of Iriduckles that put Mersey Tunnel to shame.
So, are you going?
I've dropped on, I don't mind telling you. I mean, our Brian never mentioned it till this morning.
No, but the fact you mentioned it, it all must mean something to you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Still, it's a non-starter, isn't it, Alf? I mean, even if they let me in, our Brian and Gail won't want me tagging along like a lump of excess baggage. And what'll happen to me when they settle down and make friends? I mean, I'll be left to grow up lonely over there a sight more than I will round here. No, this is my home, Alf. It always will be. I know I'll be losing my son and my grandson. But still, I've got my mates, I'm my neighbours, and my little house that me and Bert worked hard for. I've got my memories.
Ah, so you're stopping?
I don't think I've got much choice, have I, Alf? I'll take a bottle of milk if you've got one as well.
Is that you, Kevin?
Yeah. Now remember, leave the talking to me.
You don't think that looks silly there?
No, of course it doesn't.
Only I've been telling Stan all about it, you see. He'd love to have gone back there. Oh, hello. Didn't see you standing there. So what brings you back so soon?
Oh, yeah. Wanted to see you as it happens.
Well, you seeing me?
Yeah. Just wondered if you could see your way in and putting Sally up for a night or two.
Putting her up? Here? What's wrong with her own home?
Well, I've had a row with my mum and she's chucked me out.
Well, I'm very sorry, I'm sure, but I don't see what it's got to do with me.
She's got nowhere else to go.
Well, she should have thought of that before she got herself chucked out, shouldn't she?
Well, she can have my bed, I don't mind keeping down here.
No, Kevin. I'm sorry, but no. She's going to have to make other arrangements.
So where do we go from here?
How much money have you got?
I've got about a £5.
You can get another 10. That'll see the street so we can get to the post office tomorrow. I think we better go. I don't know what time I'll be back, Mrs. O. Depends on how long it takes to get Sally fixed up. I mean, you can't be too careful, can you? Young girl on her own. Anyway, I'll see you.
Just hang on a minute.
What?
Well, I'm not an uncharitable person. Happen if it's just for a couple of nights.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Ogden. Thanks a lot.
Just a couple of nights, mind. And you'll be the one what sleeps down here. You can stop in his room. And I mean stop there.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. O. You're the same.
Well, least I can do for your young lady, seeing as how you kept everything so nice for me while I was away.
She's definitely off the idea then.
Ivy? She was never on it, mate, and you can thank your lucky stars. The last thing you want is an ageing relative in town.
She is me mother.
Yeah, I know, Brian, but just think of the kind of life you're hoping to create for yourself. Then ask yourself where Auntie Ivy fits in.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Just look at this lot. This is just today.
You'll appreciate that one day.
He was just saying, love, Mum's kicked the idea of emigrating.
Well, I never thought she'd even consider it in the first place.
Well, she's had the chance. She's made a decision. I think it'll make it easier for all of us now.
I wouldn't bet on it.
You fit then?
Yep, as I'll ever be.
And don't go keeping him out till all hours. I'd like to see something of him this week.
Off to Scotland for a couple of days.
Scotland?
Yeah, Edinburgh. I've got a car for a mate.
Sure, must be some car.
Oh, it is. It's an Aston Martin. Hey, you wouldn't fancy it, would you?
What, the Aston Martin?
Scotland. We're going there tomorrow, stopping over and coming back the day after. If you've got that better to do, mate, you're more than welcome.
No, thanks all the same, Brian, but I don't think so. I seem to have plenty enough to do down here.
Well, suit yourself. You'd have a great time, I can guarantee it.
No, yeah.
I'm just trying to get Ian interested in this joint in Scotland.
Good idea. He can keep an eye on you.
He can't make it, love his eye. He's got other plans.
Nothing you can't put off.
No, I don't think so.
See you, love.
Bye.
See you.
Yeah, we had quite a few trips out, and the coach was beautiful. Not like them old shadows. We had a lovely day out at Plymouth, where Nelson played bowls.
I think it was Drake that played bowls at Plymouth, lovey.
Oh, yeah, him and all. Oh, it really was a smashing holiday, though. Do you know, I won't be half so timid about going on another one on my own.
You know, she has done now but prattle on about that holiday since you first said it.
Come on, you've got to admit, it's a bit of a novelty for Hilda.
That'll be a bit of a novelty for me, I know.
So have you not got all fixed up yet, then?
One big drawback, Alf.
I know I'm going to hate myself for asking this, but...
Our Vera.
Can't make up her mind where she wants to go.
Oh, no, it's not that. She just insists on coming along with me.
Hands up all them that thought they'd never see me again.
All right, you're here. Where's the car in the flaming cut?
Cheeky monkey. It's parked out front and it's in one piece. But just look at the state of your terror. I had it very well for the first time. Isn't that right, Aki?
You surprised me, that's for sure.
Scared the pants off him, that's what he means.
No, she didn't. She took to it like a duck to water. I mean, she was only on the road for half an hour.
And she was on the pavement the rest of the time.
Listen, I'm telling you, she did all right.
Yeah, there's no so it is the kid. It's just a matter of confidence then.
Well, I'd have said there a bit more to it than that, dear.
Yeah, well, come on. Who's going to buy me a drink?
I'll get him. Fight, please, Gloria, and bottle for me, mum.
And don't forget what they say about drinking and driving.
Oh, I finished for today. You can have too much of a good thing, can't you, kid?
You've done it now, haven't you, eh? She's going to be on at you day and night to take her out.
Well, she's going to be unlucky, isn't she? Because I am not going to have the time, thanks, Gloria.
Well, that's all about your mother. Your life's going to be hell from now on. Unless, of course, you could find someone to take her off your hands.
Like you mean?
Well, now you come to mention it, it's an husband's duty, isn't it? And especially with her being a natural, I think.
Yeah, and the fact that it's the only way that you're going to get your hands on them keys got nothing to do with it.
Oh, come on, Terry, give us a break.
Listen, if it means that so much to you, be my guest. It's going to cost you the price of that round, okay?
My pleasure.
What's tickling him?
He's just been appointed chief instructor to me mum.
Well, she seemed happy enough with you.
Oh, she was, yeah. But me? No, thank you. I have had it up to here. It's like trying to reason with a mad dog. There's no need for me old fella to know that, is there?
Who am I to spoil his fun?
Oh, but by heck, things have changed a bit since I was a youngster. Don't mind telling you. Talk about the permissive society.
Oh, well, perhaps we better have the name of this hotel.
It's no joke, though, is it, when you're trying to get to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning? All that shouting and carrying on.
Hey.
You can talk.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you don't have to go to no hotel in Torquay to have that carry on. You can have plenty of that on your own doorstep.
Oh, aye. What's your Terry been up to now, then?
Oh, Terry. It's not my doorstep I'm on about. Ask them too. They live on the other side of it.
Look here, if you're insinuating...
I'm insinuating nothing, I'm telling you. When it comes to comings and goings and carryings on, well, them kids at your place take the gold flipping medal.
I'll take the shampoo. All right.
Yeah,
See what time it is, love?
I've not been watching.
I'll only be gone one night, Gail.
Have I said anything?
You don't need to.
I don't see why you've got to go in the first place.
Mark doesn't want to buy a crap heap, does he? Not when he's spending 10 grand or more.
Why can't you buy a car round here instead of Edinburgh?
Because the car he wants happens to be in Edinburgh. That'll be him now.
Don't go, Brian.
What's wrong all of a sudden? Why this sudden objection?
I don't want you to go.
Hey. You're all right, aren't you? You're not ill or anything?
No.
Promised him, Gail. Bye, Nick. Now, you be a good lad for your mum, eh?
Yes.
I'll be back before I've gone.
You bring your puppy back.
Yeah. Bye, love. What was that for?
I love you.
Get up, Ladybird.
What are you doing? Away! Get off!
Give us a kiss.
Stop, man. Go away.
Excuse me.
See what you've done?
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Like I said, we've got to play it cool.
Evan, have you a minute?
Yes, Mrs. O.
I want her out of here today.
Pardon?
Sally, I want her to leave today.
Oh, she's got...
No buts, Kevin. I mean it.
What's wrong?
She's throwing you out.
But I've got nowhere else to go.
Everything's gone.
I do wish you wouldn't smoke when I'm eating. But I wouldn't smoke at all, then would I? Could you never stop flaming eating? You know it's killing you, don't it? It's my body.
Yeah? And who's going to have to look after it when it's sick, eh? Me.
You couldn't look after a sick cat, you.
What I mean is the National Health's going to have to look after you, and who paid for that? Me.
So do I.
Oh, yeah? And how many stamps have you put on in your lifetime, eh? How many?
Stop counting.
You can count to 10, can't you?
Are you taking me for another driving lesson today, Arthur?
I don't think I'll be able to, Mum. I've got a lot on.
Oh, you can spare me half an hour.
I can't, Mum, honest.
But you will take me when you get time, won't you?
Well, actually, I think you'd be better off getting somebody else to take you.
Why?
Well, to be honest, I don't think I've got enough patience.
Oh, so you think you need patience, Seth, to learn me how to drive?
Just you, I mean anybody.
Especially women who haven't got the natural gift. What us fellas have, you see.
I never said that. Look, I'm sorry, Mum. Ta-ra, see you later.
Hey, he's let you down on a terrible that. Your only son and all.
I don't know why.
Well, I could take you out, my darling, couldn't I? I mean, I'm a better driver than our Teddy to start off with, and I could pass on all my finesse and road sense.
So if you're such a good driver, how come you'd accident with every car you ever had? You were naughty for that taxi firm. You'd more bumps than a Dodgem.
Yeah, well, both folk were always running into me.
You were always saying that women drivers were a bigger nuisance than teenagers.
Yes, yes. But you will be properly teached, my love, by an expert.
We'll see. It's for her.
Thanks. It's money from the social.
Yes, I know what it is. I have seen one before. Though what it's doing coming here, I don't know.
Can't she just stop till she finds somewhere else?
No.
Why? What's she done?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that, Tucker.
Well, I
because
don't...
by asking it, you're treating me like a fool.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are. You're trying it on, coming the innocent. You know very well what she's done, what you've both done while I've been away.
What?
I'm disappointed in you, Kevin. That girl was in here the minute my back was turned, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. Only 'cause she had nowhere else to go, honest.
And what about the parties you've been having?
Oh, you've been listening to someone with a big mouth, obviously. We had one party, a few friends, Curly and Teddy.
That's not what I heard.
Then you've heard wrong, haven't you?
Yes, maybe. But I didn't hear wrong about Madam being here. sleeping here. And you know very well I'd never have approved of that. You two on your own, unaffiliated. Now she's getting a letter sent here. She'll be calling herself Mrs. Webster next, I know.
Oh, now you're just being silly, Mrs. Ogden.
Maybe I am to you, Kevin. But I have got certain standards what I've always tried to keep up. And I expect others to keep up. Especially when they're living in my house. Although I do understand it's very hard for you in this godless, wicked world.
She had nowhere else to go. She can't go home.
She's managed it for a good few years. Don't think another day or two will do her any harm.
You don't know her dad.
Oh, I wish Alfred should talk to Edinburgh somewhere.
Oh, you don't mean that? You're still on your honeymoon. Well, as good as.
I'm not saying the rot set in, Phyllis, but you know, he's very commercially minded, my husband. He expects me to work as hard at my hairdressing as he does in the shop. Well, that's not me. I mean, I'm more your gifted amateur than your dedicated professional.
Oh, that reminds me. Will you book me in next week for a shampoo and set?
Yeah, all right, I'll consult my millstone.
You what?
My appointment's booked. Well, you've not got much to say for yourself this morning, daughter dearest. Are you feeling all lonely and abandoned? Not especially, no. Well, take my advice and make the most of Almighty One's absence. Ta-ra, Martin.
Yeah, see you. Oh, by the way, you are unisex, aren't you?
No.
No.
Oh, hello. Are you looking for me?
No, sorry.
Oh. Do you know you're a very poor advert for your country's manhood? Digger.
Seem to have upset your mum.
She's in a mood.
Brian taking the high road, is he?
Yeah.
Wish I'd gone with him now.
No?
Got nothing lined up for today.
There's always me, Cobber.
Oh, you're too wild for me, Phyllis.
Very likely, love.
Don't suppose you could play truant today and come out with me?
No chance.
Oh, just a couple of hours this afternoon. Quick spin into your fantastic Lancashire countryside. Couple of beers.
I can't, Ian. I'm working.
Oh,
Don't let that stop you.
Pardon?
Well, we're quiet. Me and Martin can cope, can't we, love? Well, cope with things while Gail goes out with Ian for a ride.
Oh, yeah, of course we can. Well, I can as assistant manager. You just have to be a bottle washer as usual, love.
Oh, you cheeky old puppy.
There you are, no problem. Pick you up in an hour. Thanks, Phyllis.
Think nothing of it, Cobber.
See you, Luke.
Oh, I wish it were me you were taking.
Tell you what, Glo,
What?
I am half looking forward to this summer.
Oh.
I'll have a new car, the world of me with bowl of cherries. Could be yours too, Glo.
Oh, you never give up, do you?
Not by the prize as ecstasy, darling.
Anyway, I thought Vera wouldn't let you near a car.
Well, she'll have to do when she discovers that she's never going to drive it.
Well, she can learn to drive like anyone else, can't she?
Oh, Terry's given up on her after one lesson. And when I take her out driving, I'm not exactly going to boost her confidence.
Oh, well, I think that's terrible. Why do you have to be so devious about everything, Jack?
Well, when you live in a pool of piranha fish, to survive, you've got to be a shark. That is my car. I won it, not our Vera.
Oh, Betsy.
Charlo. Is everything all right?
Well, I suppose you know that Sally Seddon's been stopping at my house while I was away.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, seems everybody knows. Am I right in thinking it's all wrong for young people to, well, behave the way they do?
Yeah, I think you are right, lovey. But they just seem to take it for granted that they can these days.
Oh, well, not in my house they can't. And not just because it upsets me, it's for their own good. Well, we've got to have rules and regulations, haven't we, Betty? I mean, what was the first thing God did? Invented the Ten Commandments, didn't he? He knew we had to be told what to do, or else we'd make a mess of everything.
I don't know where Sally is, Mrs. Seddon.
She is living here, though, isn't she?
She was. Mrs. Ogden told us she wanted her to go this morning.
Bit late for that now. She's been here nearly a week.
Yeah, but
What?
Mrs. Ogden's been away.
Oh, I see. She goes off and leaves you two here on your own, does she? Couldn't care less about what you might be up to.
It wasn't like that.
Sounds to me as if it was exactly like that.
Oh, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, what do you want?
Oh, you know me then?
Tell me somebody who doesn't know you and your family.
Oh, you can talk. Ogdens aren't exactly high society in Weatherfield.
Look, I don't think
I asked you what you wanted.
My daughter.
You can have her.
Oh, I am surprised.
And what does that mean?
Well, you'll be making quite a packet out of her, won't you? 2 lodgers now. Not to mention the 3 jobs I believe you do. Still, if you never had much, you're bound to be a bit grasping, aren't you?
Are you suggesting I told her to have her doll money sent here?
It's always come to our house before.
Look, tell her, Kevin. Tell her I didn't even know Sally was drawing the doll.
It was Sally's idea, Mrs.
Oh, yes. Well, how much of it has she got left? Not much, I suppose.
Well, how should I know? Oh, look, I've had enough of this, these insinuations. You can just take your hook. You're not welcome in this house, neither you nor you.
Oh, hello, love.
Mum, what are you doing here?
You might well ask.
I came here to see you. I was worried about you, love.
Oh, yeah.
Not having sight or sound of you.
Your dad sent you, hasn't he?
No. Dad hasn't sent me.
Well, it's just a coincidence. It happens to be Gyro Day.
I was worried about you.
Mother, don't tell me lies. My dad sent you, hasn't he? He wants his beer money out of my social.
You know what he's like, love.
Yeah, I know what he's like. And that's why I left home.
Could you find your way to give me a few quid? You know we've not got much coming in, Sally.
Well, there's £10. That's all you're getting. You should have made him come and do his own dirty work.
Ta, love. Will you let me know if you do move somewhere else, will you?
I'll let you know.
Right, then I'll be off. Ta-ra, love. And look after yourself. You'll be better off not stopping here.
Ta-ra, Mum.
Why did you give him your money to go and spend on booze?
Because if I hadn't, he'd have taken it out on her, wouldn't he? He'd have given her a good hiding, that's why.
Anything else you require?
No, thanks.
Well, all you've got to do is ask. If you do, we are here to serve.
Vera, what's behind all this bowing and scraping?
I wish I knew.
Is he still trying to get his hands on that car?
He's dead keen for my driving lessons, you know.
Jackie's?
Yeah, that's worrying me.
Yeah, it wasn't me and all. What do you think he's up to? I can't think. Bet your life is up to summit.
What do you think I should do?
Well, I'd play safe here, I'd refuse. Have you and him ever been straight one another about out?
Not that I can remember, no. My mother said he was a snake, you know, first time she saw him.
Didn't she?
She was still daft enough to lend him 50 quid, though. Mind you, he has got a fatal charm.
Doesn't show, though, does it?
I can't just charge off to Blackpool just like that. Got Nicky to collect for one thing.
Well, he comes too.
Take him over and change him. And me.
Oh, come on, let's just go, eh?
Are you always this impulsive?
Well, I call it my get up and fly.
I'm not used to it.
Blackpool, here we go.
You brought your brother.
How long's she been gone?
Not long. Well before dinner.
You mean she just up stumps and went just like that in the middle of work?
Well, we had to talk her into it.
Well, it didn't take much, though, did it, eh?
I bet it didn't. What? A day out with a handsome Australian. Well, I was hoping that she might like to come to the flicks with me tonight, but seems a bit tame after what she's been doing. Ta-ra.
love.
See you, love, bye.
You and your gob.
Why, what did I say?
Well, we don't want folks thinking Gail's making hay while the sun shines.
Phyllis, the sun is shining. What's up with you?
I mean, gadding about, twat, as soon as Brian's back's turned.
Well, it never occurred to me she was.
Do me a favour, will you?
What?
Stay as sweet as you are.
Sweet? Yes, can I help you, Mrs. Ogden?
Just a cup of tea.
Yeah, don't it? There you go. Mrs. Ogden, would you call me sweet?
You are?
I mean, it's not the sort of image a young chap like me should have, is it? Sweet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it don't matter, it's my problem.
That's right. And it's not too
You're on me now. It's a bingo tonight, what you, Terry?
What time?
About 7:30.
Sorry, I've got a date at 7 o'clock. Actually, I was going to ask you, could I borrow a car?
Sorry, no driving lesson, no car.
Oh, suit yourself. I've got the van, and for what I've got planned, it might come in more handy.
Do you know there's a lot of your father in you?
Not much, I hope.
I can take you and Ivy to bingo, love.
You're working.
But I can take 10 minutes off. I can pick you up as well. It'll be like having a chauffeur. Hey, your mates at the bingo off, their eyes will fall out.
No.
That car will be an heap of rust before you flaming move it.
Look, how do I know you haven't asked for the night off and go swanning into Manchester in my car?
I haven't got a flaming night off.
Oh, haven't you? Well, you could easily ask for it, couldn't you? Especially with Bet not being there.
What is the point of having a new car if it never moves, eh?
Oh, don't worry, Chuck. I'll think of a way to get it moving.
You know, all your chickens are coming home to roost over this motor, aren't they, Dad?
What do you mean?
All the lies you've told, all the fast ones you've ever pulled. You've even banned yourself from cleaning that car. There is some justice in the world after all.
That was very childish.
Out like a light, as soon as his head touched the pillow.
I know how he feels.
Carry on. Don't mind me.
You want a beer?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Help yourself.
Lazy hound. Look at you. Sprawled all over that settee.
I'm a coiled spring.
Is that what you are? Is it true? Australians still treat the women like chattels?
Of course it is. They wouldn't have it any other way. The women, that is.
I've news for you. Your days are numbered.
Oh, we do have some virtues. A lot, in fact.
Like what, for instance?
Well, you enjoyed the day, didn't you?
It was smashing.
There's your proof.
It was mainly due to Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't. It was the surprise of it. Not expecting it.
Doesn't Brian come up with any surprises?
Not many. We settled into a routine, I suppose. You do, don't you? Nicky, work, housework. It's what life's like here.
Life's what you make it. Unless you've got a boil on your bum, you can't do much about that.
It's easy for you to say that with all your sunshine and everything. I know what it is that's different about you, besides your suntan.
What?
You're so dead sure of yourself. You know what it is you want to do, and you do it. With me, it's always what I'd like to do, though I'm not really entitled. My life's all about struggling through, settling for what I've got.
Sounds like a waste to me.
It is. There was nothing left for you to do in Blackpool. You were only there 4 hours.
Didn't jump off the pier.
You would have done if the tide had been in and got yourself arrested.
They don't arrest mad Aussies. They expect us to behave like that.
Do you want something to eat?
Bacon and egg sandwich?
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. What was that for?
I had a good time today, too.
It wasn't as good as mine.
That you, Kevin?
Yeah? You expecting company?
Yeah. Sally.
Sally?
Yeah, you know, Sally Seddon stopped here all last week.
Yeah, but...
Well, I've decided she can continue to stop it, just for a few days, mind. Give her a chance to find somewhere else just as suitable.
Well, what made you change your mind?
Her mother. Well, I thought she was just, well, you know, common, loudmouth, troublemaker. Oh, but it's obvious what goes on in that house. It's him, the husband. She's frightened to death of him. Now, I don't want Sally to have to go back there and be scared out of her wits like her poor mother. I wouldn't want that.
Thanks, Mrs. O.
Hiya.
Hello. Fancy seeing you here?
Yeah. Well, I've told him you'll be stopping a few more days, Sally. But I want to make one thing perfectly plain. Now, you both behave yourselves while you're under my roof. And you know what I mean? I don't have to draw diagrams.
Yes, Mrs. Ogden.
Yes, Mrs. Ogden.
Right, so long as we understand each other. Well, sit yourselves down. Liver and onions for tea.
Aren't you going to give me a kiss?
Get off, you little...
What time is it?
Just after 11.
Don't want today to end.
You throwing me out?
No. It's just one thing.
What?
Your car.
Do you want me to move it?
I think it might be an idea.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure.
You're trembling.
Am I?
Second Thoughts is after the break here on Plus, and don't forget that you can find out more about all your favourite programmes on our website at gplus.co.uk.